Yo, what up?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Everything is confirmed.
Hi, Zach. Let me
Hello.
pull up your stream. Sorry. I should have done that beforehand.
Yes, I don't know why you're not giving me a free view. What the fuck?
I should have given you a preview. My bad, dude. I know the game.
Yeah,
I
what
know
the
the
fuck,
game.
man?
What up, Zach? Chat? How you doing? How
They're-
you doing?
They're all
Sorry.
degenerates. They're
Sorry. I love degeneracy. Are you kidding? Isn't that kind of why we're Twitch streamers? Is that not the same thing?
Yeah, that's fair, actually, now that you
We're
mentioned
all
that.
a bunch of degens on Twitch, if you didn't know.
Who do you think is... First question. Who do you think is the biggest degenerate on Twitch?
Tony.
Really? Tony?
Hey_Tony is the biggest degenerate. Yeah, I stick by that 100%.
I
don't think he's a degenerate. He literally streams from like 11 p.m. to like 8 a.m. my time.
Okay,
Like,
just because he
DJ.
streams late doesn't mean it's degenerate. Now, what is your
No, he's a
definition of
DJ.
degenerate? Okay.
Like staying up late all the time. Like staying up late all the time. That's my definition of it.
What if
that make sense? Like, what are you talking about?
What if your job is from fucking midnight? So I would technically be a degen when I was like 20 because I worked in a gas station from 11 p.m. to 8 a.m.
This is true. Yeah, then you qualify as a degen in my book. I'm just qualifying you regardless, just because you're up late. Yeah, but Tony, here's the thing. That's not Tony's main job. And Tony does that and he stays up till 6 a.m. playing like Valorant. That's a degen.
Wait, Tony said this was his full-time job. What the fuck?
Oh, well, he also does like gigs though, I thought. So.
Oh yeah, he does wedding singing and stuff. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
he does,
fair.
like,
Okay.
gigs and stuff. Sorry, there's a frog
that's
hat
fair.
here I had to move. Was my bad. There's a
That's
lot
fine.
of stuff going on prior to this stream, and there's gonna be a lot going on after. So I'm like all over the place a little bit, but in a weird way, in a weird space. I don't know.
I saw you doing what do we call it? A twister with a friend, and I was like, the fuck? Why twister out of all the things?
Listen, it was drunk twister. It was intended to be like, you know,
Wait.
really. It was drunk blind twister. I don't really know what we thought was gonna happen, but what happened was it just got chaotic. He didn't
Wait a
really
minute.
end. I don't really know who won. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea who won, but I think it was a fun time, and I think that we both lost. So
Okay,
or we're both winners.
I just want to point something out here. You're calling Hey Tony a degenerate because he stays up late, but you're drinking in the morning and playing Twister, and you're not. I should say you are a degenerate, so that's never mind.
Yeah,
That's fair.
and secondly, I didn't start drinking in the morning. I started drinking at 1 p.m. my time. That's afternoon, buddy. So I think I crossed out of that boundary. 1 p.m. on a Saturday is just innocent day drinking. It's innocent. It's innocent day drinking. And you know me, I'm innocent as hell.
That's a big kappa of
That's
kappa.
big.
Extremely big kappa.
don't think I'm
Tattoo,
innocent?
please.
Zach, you've seen me on like other things before. You don't think I'm like the most innocent,
I think
sweet streamer to ever exist? Like I'm so nice all
I
the
think-
time.
I think looks can be very deceiving. So like you click on the stream and you're like, whoa, she seems cool, and then you start talking about like weird shit, and there's Nintendo music in the background. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I heard you were talking about my music. What'd you say about it?
It's interesting because I don't really hear people play that type of Nintendo music all the time. Like it's a very particular
I got my mic,
type.
sorry. What'd you say? Say it
Okay.
again. So you said you don't hear people playing that type of music?
Well, yeah, like the type of Nintendo music that's just like doop 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 doop. Like
I
there's
literally listen. All I do is I go on YouTube and I click. I don't know why I stood up for this, but I stood up because, okay, I've had a glass of wine or two or like 7. So just clarify too. For example, that's why we were doing that before. So if I stand up a lot, it's just because I keep jumping out of my chair because that's what I do. But anyway, so I'm just telling you that when I play that music, I literally just search Nintendo No Thoughts Head Empty, and it's just that's the music that comes up. I don't know how to describe that. Other than that, that's all it is.
What's that
Nintendo
from?
No Thoughts Head Empty. That's my playlist.
No Thoughts Head Empty. That's the actual what the track is called. Excuse me while I prep a tattoo to go on my face because someone gave me one last time, and yeah, so I have to do
That's
it.
a redemption.
Yeah, well, I mean, someone gave me 2,000
In your
bits last
channel?
time, and I didn't do it because for some reason, I don't know why I didn't do it. I can't remember, honestly. I don't stream a lot anymore. But now I'm required to give them because they're here, so I kind of have to do that.
Put a tattoo on your face.
A Hello Kitty tattoo, yes, not a real one. I'm not that big of a fucking degenerate. It washes off, I assure you.
I'm kind of like, I mean, it washes off, but at what cost though? You're really gonna suffer when you put this on. I
No,
feel
I'm
like
not.
because you're gonna suffer taking it off because you have to like scrub them really hard.
Oh no,
Man, my camera is really bringing out my like yellowness in my skin today. That's interesting. Pissing me off.
I figured out a solution with the whole like putting tattoos on my face. It's really easy. Someone told me, a friend of mine's like, oh, it's really easy if you take baby oil and just rub it in lightly. And I'm like, ooh, so easy to take off now. Yep, super easy.
Oh yeah, that I did. I've never heard that before.
Yep, use baby oil if you're ever putting temporary tattoos on your face and someone pays you for it. So.
Yeah, I've literally never heard that before. That's interesting.
Yeah, try baby oil. Baby oil is great. It's not, or not baby. Yeah, baby oil. It's not just for babies, essentially. So it's for other things.
Not just for babies? That's an interesting tip. I never knew that. You give wise advice, Zach. I want you to know. I'm a
wise soul. I'm way too old for this platform, honestly.
No, the best advice. Honestly, your hair looks so good now.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
This might be the best hair that you've had. For sure.
So you didn't like my original hair?
No, I did, but you've got like Guy Fieri tips going on that I'm just loving right now.
Why the fuck
that you were wearing like a bowling shirt. I just wish it for you right now. You have no idea.
Why is everyone so...
Can you say you're the mayor of Flavortown, please?
Can you go fuck yourself? Oh.
Can you please say you're the mayor of Flavortown?
I'll say I'm the mayor. So I will say I am the mayor. I will say I am the mayor of Flavortown. If Z-Rob gives me another 2,000 bits.
Will you just say, this pizza is the mayor of Flavortown?
No, I don't do things for free.
What? Chat,
never do
please.
Never do what you're good at for free. And I'm good at looking like Guy Fieri, apparently. Yes, apparently you just said it, so.
Oh, you are good at one.
No, I'm terrible at it, honestly. That's
why. Yeah,
it's mostly the embarrassment that I don't want to do it. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's mostly the embarrassment of me not being able to do it.
That's what I like to hear. I like to hear you admit your faults right now. I just wanted you to know. Zach's a money hoe. I can see. I love that. There we go, Z-Rob. Let's go, Z-Rob.
God damn it, dude. I fucking hate Z-Rob.
Z-Rob is daddy. Let's go,
Thanks, Z-Rob. I appreciate it. What was the sentence again? I didn't think it'd actually do it, honestly.
This pizza is the mayor of Flavortown.
Okay. Do I have to look into the camera, or do you want me to look off to the side? What's your?
No, you need to look in the camera. Like you're actually holding a pizza. Bro, I just ate a Philly cheesesteak Hot Pocket. I'm ready to see you like really sell some food right now. I'm really ready to see you sell it right now, Zach.
What was the line again? I'm not an actor.
This pizza is the mayor of Flavortown.
Okay. This pizza is the mayor.
The Maber? Bro, are you good?
I don't act. I hate acting.
Who is Maber?
This is why I interview people, so I don't have to be the center of attention.
Who is Maber, and why is she on your mind?
Okay. This pizza is the mayor of Flavortown.
Yeah, that was good. Wow, that was really good. You kind of sounded just like him.
I'll do it again. Hold on. I'll do it again.
Yeah, one more time.
I feel like I didn't.
Hi, Scarpo.
Truly do that. Don't say hi to Scarfo. Fuck that guy. Oh, I'm just joking. I like Scarfo. It was a joke.
Yeah, we love Scarfo here.
Fuck Scarfo. Okay.
There you go.
This pizza is the mayor of Flavortown.
That was really good. Honestly, that was the best one yet that you've done. For sure.
This is my least favorite interview so far.
Can you get like a bowling shirt the next time? And
I surprisingly only own black. I'm not even joking. I only own black.
Dude, same. And everybody always says you need to buy more colors. I'm like, I do. I have different shades of black. How does that not count?
Same.
Yeah, I have different shades. This one's slightly more faded than the other one.
I was just gonna say that you have a shiny black, and then sometimes you have the faded black that you throw in the laundry and you haven't color corrected whatsoever.
I've been making this argument for a long time, man. I mean, literally, look, I'm wearing like one colored skirt, and then I've got black on the rest of the outfit. I think it's chill to have like accents of color, because when I do shoes, I have accents of color. Like I have very bright red orange, or I have bright red shoes, bright orange shoes. I have like different colors of shoes. I think that's cool, but I don't fuck with a lot of color on me. I just go with black, the basic black. To be honest. And I also feel like, you know what? Sometimes this may be like a weird thing to say, but I always feel like I look like more heavy when I wear like colors. Like I look like I have more weight on me than I want to intend to look. So I just don't. I don't wear like black is slimming, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
that makes sense,
I would agree with that. I mean, are you wearing it because you're trying to look slimming? Is that the goal?
No, but it's like, you know, sometimes I put on colors and I go like, this outfit isn't great, because I feel like I look like I'm like bloated, and I don't want to look bloated, you know? And that's, I don't know. Maybe that's just me that thinks like that. But that's how I always feel. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I'm not a fan of. being
somewhat
bloated.
makes sense.
No, it makes sense. I get it. I used to be overweight, so like I understand the whole need to not be bloated or look bloated at any point. So
Well,
I
it's
totally
just
get
like
that.
fuller than I normally look, which then like I don't want to look like top heavy either. Because these things up here, TMI, are thangin'. So then sometimes I wear like a small top, and it's like I have to just be mindful of the fact that I want to look like I'm like a top heavy turtle. Not that turtles are top heavy, but does that? Shut up.
No,
you know what I'm trying
you
to
were
say.
you were going with the alliteration, which I appreciate. You're going with the top heavy turtle, even though it doesn't make sense logistically. You were going with the
It's like, I
alliteration,
just
which
imagine
sounded
a turtle
good.
that's top heavy that can't really. You know what I was trying to say, right? You get it.
I understand you were using the alliteration to make it sound better, even though it made no fucking sense whatsoever. But it sounded good, so it was very Los
Yeah,
Angeles
but
of
you
you to
got
do.
it, and that's the point. So I'm glad that we're on the same page and you understood. It just makes me really happy. I want you to know.
Yeah, this is why I asked you to interview, because it's very, very, very easy to talk to you. So
I'm so glad that it's easy to talk to me. I feel like a dummy right now. I'm like not really a dummy, but I'm partially. After whatever happened with that Twister thing, like I said, I thought I had a plan and then I didn't. And it like we just ended up laughing on the floor. So at this point,
that's a good stream though.
I mean, it was a good stream, but like it wasn't. We literally took like 3 hours and like planned everything. We were talking for other stuff though, but like we planned everything, and then we started drinking wine, and it just ended badly. It ended. Yeah, like then her headphones cut out, and I just said we can't. There's no way we can continue this because we don't know how to fix it. Well, she didn't know how to fix it, and she was too drunk to understand my tech terms. So,
dude, I hate that when I'm just way too drunk to do shit, and I'm just like, nah, let's just do this tomorrow, and then I just never do it again. I did it ever.
Yeah, well, last night I
ever.
was playing Minecraft and I couldn't do something, and because I never play Minecraft and I just started, and then I played Minecraft for like it was like the third time ever playing, and I was like, I can't figure out how to do this, and then I was like, nope. I'm gonna go off and do my own thing. You guys enjoy.
It was probably something simple too, like taking a brick out or something, or like building something that's like super quick, right?
Yeah, he kept saying set the bed down, and I was like, the bed won't set down. But I was way too drunk, and I didn't realize that I was too close to it, so it wouldn't sit down because I was too close to the wall. And so then eventually I was just like, this is not the game for me right now, because they were trying to get me to do tasks. And I was like, they were like, you need to find stone. And I was like, do I? Or I could just walk around and get lost in this Minecraft world. And the second one was what I ended up doing. They were like, where are you? And I was like,
I don't fuck with games that make you do tasks like Among Us. I used to play that.
Well,
Have you played
Minecraft
that?
isn't difficult, but it is just.
Yeah, but the people in Minecraft are difficult in my opinion. So
They're like, get stone, and I'm like, dude, I just want to walk around. Like it's kind of like I take an Animal Crossing vibe approach with Minecraft. Like I'm like, I just want to walk around and see if I can find a villager or two and hit them, and then keep it moving. And that's.
I just want to capture a new friend. I don't exactly want to, fucking build something and build a civilization. It's just like I just want to hang out and have friends.
Yeah, they're trying to like survive, and I'm like, well, I'll die at some point, so I might as well just do it doing what I love, which is walking around.
Z-Rob in chat makes a good point when we're talking about video games. Have you ever played a really boring one? Like he just said he picked up a power washer simulator. Have you ever played like the building a house simulator? Even though like you could just go out and build a real house if you wanted to.
I've never done the building a house one, but I've done is it the duck one or the goose one?
Oh, Untitled Duck Game? Or Goose Game?
No, it might be the goose one where you're just a goose and you're just like walking around. Yeah, it's
Is
weird.
that
But anyway.
Wait,
like,
someone gifted me that.
Huh?
Someone gifted me that. It's so boring.
Well, yeah, but like, if you're drinking a little bit and you're by yourself and you're like, man, I just wonder what it's like to be a goose sometimes. Then you just go off and you live as a goose in that game. You don't find that as mentally relaxing? Oh, I do, 100%.
No,
I'm a goose right now. Zone.
But what?
And then what?
I fuck with the games that are just like memory games or music games. I like those.
You like a puzzle?
Yeah, I like puzzles. Like, have you ever played Carcassonne?
No.
It's an old man's game. It's just where you build cities.
Carcassonne?
Yeah, Carasss. I'll just type it in chat. It's just way easier to. Carcassonne. Yeah, you basically build cities around cities, and you get points for building those cities bigger and bigger and bigger, and you also build roads. I like it.
It reminds me of what's that Facebook game?
Farmville?
Yeah, Farmville.
God, I'm so fucking old for immediately getting that.
Was that disrespectful that you just said that? Was that disrespectful that I just related it to Farmville?
No, it's fine. It's totally okay. It's
about right?
It's not. It's yeah. It's about. It's sort of similar. Honestly, it's very similar.
That's like they have Clash of Clans that you can do that. But
Oh
I
God.
don't like Clash of Clans. Have you ever played? Shameless plug for this company. Have you ever played Clash Royale, chat? If you've never played Clash Royale, it's like the best game ever because it's like card games, strategic, and you don't have to build stupid things in a stupid town and wait for people to stupid raid you. Clash Royale, my favorite game ever on my phone.
Wait.
I play it for hours. It's addictive.
Is that actually your favorite phone game of all time?
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, hold on. That's not true. There's one game that I can't find the name of. My sister and I are pissed off about it. It's a survival game that we used to play. And then that game was like the favorite game ever because you could kill like these wild hogs in it and build a fire and you had to die. It was really weird. And that was like years ago on an iPhone. No, it was years ago on my iPod in like 2009. And I've done everything I could to find the name of it and I can't find it. Secondly, no, it's a survival game.
You have to survive in Flappy Bird. Who says you don't?
On an island and kill hogs? Did you ever
continue.
kill a hog? Did you ever kill a hog in Flappy Bird? Bro, what version of Flappy Bird did you download? Because
the extreme version, Cinnabrit.
I want that version, dude. Whatever that version is.
Extreme version. It's a very extreme
that
version. One of those versions. So.
I want that version. Imagine hating WoW but playing Clash Royale. Zerob, shut up. Zerob, shut up.
You hate WoW? I don't. I'm like.
Listen.
I'm indifferent.
Listen, I don't hate WoW. I have a bad experience with WoW.
Go on.
Well, it's not technically my. Listen, so I had this neighbor kid who was very mean when we were in middle school. He was very mean, and his mom was very crazy. And she actually vandalized someone's house. Whatever.
Oh.
My neighborhood was interesting.
Standard.
And so his mom was very crazy, and she would always like try to force us to be friends with her son for whatever reason. And my sister and I just didn't want to be friends with him because he was kind of a dick.
Friendship is forced. It's not that great, is it?
Yeah, well then one day we got forced to like go over their house or whatever because they were our neighbors, and my dad was like, get off the video games, go outside. Mm-hmm. And then she ended up having us sit there and watch him play WoW.
Wait, and you just watched him play WoW and he wanted to hang out? Wait, was this one of those situations where it was just one of those kids who just needed friends and his mom was like, be friends with them, and then it was go on.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. Like that's why I'm making that face, because you're like, oh, it didn't come fully off.
I don't think I put enough water on there.
It's a partial Hello Kitty.
Usually yes. I put.
So we had to, basically, long story short, we just had to watch him play this game, and it really freaking sucked. And then the worst part is that he sucked at the game. So then it put a bad taste in my mouth. And now every time I watch that game, I get instantly pissed off. Like, I'm like, wow, I could be playing Red Dead Revolver. But instead, here I am, and I'm watching some stupid kid play stupid WoW, and he sucks at the game.
Red Dead Revolver, nice.
Yeah, that's what my sister and I were playing, and then my dad got pissed, and he said, hey, you need to go outside because this is unhealthy. And we were like, damn it. And so then we went outside, and that was how we got forced to be friends with people.
But now you can tell your dad that you make money on the site when you play video games. So technically,
I do regularly rub that in. I regularly rub it in.
Hey, Dad, you want to see my paycheck this month?
Yeah, I specifically remember when he said, you need to go outside and stop playing video games. And in the same breath, he kicked us off the PlayStation, and then he started playing Call of Duty.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Was he good at Call of Duty, or was he just a noob?
Yeah, actually, if you ask him, he'll tell you he was the best out of the friend group. He was really good.
Wait, your dad was really good at Call of Duty?
Yeah, he loves Call of Duty.
Wow, shit.
I was raised by only my dad, so my video game playing comes from him. Yeah.
Okay. So
and then we were like addicts. Yeah. And so we grew up playing like Soul Calibur. Like I was talking about how there's like the Call of Duty Zombies, the Call of the Dead.
Yeah.
When I was like a child, like I was a kid, I used to sneak on my dad's PlayStation and play Call of the Dead online, and I never knew there were Easter eggs because I was a child. So I would just be playing randomly to kill zombies, and the other people online would be trying to do the Easter egg, and I'd be like ignoring them. You did too?
Well, yeah, I had to. You get it's $10 per thing.
You're a bold man. Okay.
I'm not cheap. I am, but
that is a cheap price for a face tattoo. I'll give it to you. That's a cheap price.
That's not terrible.
It looks good, Zach.
I know. I'm fucking gangster.
It does look really good.
Wait, so what's like your favorite video game of all time then? And that's not mobile, obviously. That's like, a console game or a computer game or anything like that.
of all time. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, something that you should know about me is favorites are very difficult. I don't favorite a lot of things for me from in my head. Like even my stuffed animals, when I grew up, I had different stuffed animals and I never could pick one as my favorite because I thought it was unfair to all of them and they'd get upset. That's a weird mental way to think because they don't have feelings. But in my head, even right now, it makes sense. So I don't like picking favorites with colors. Like
you don't have favorites of anything at all? Like there's nothing that stands out to you. They're just like, damn, I love playing that game. Like, do you play a game that like over and over and over and over? Like, is there something you're just like you go back to constantly? Because with me, I love movies, and I constantly go back to some movies. Like I go back and back and back.
God of War is probably one I've played the most recently.
Nice.
God of War was one that I played, and when I play it over, it's just because the storyline is so good that it engulfs me. But like a game over time, like I grew up playing, there's so many different, like there's different categories of games that make me not be able to pick a favorite because I favorite Mario Party in a different way than I favorite like Soul Calibur. You know what I mean?
Okay, it's one of those, I have to be in the mood for Soul Calibur, I have to be in the mood for that.
Exactly. Now there's battle games like my sister and I played. I don't know if you know what Ape Escape is. Have you ever heard of Ape Escape?
Uh-huh. Dude, I'm fucking 31 years old. I've heard of a lot of shit.
Oh my god, do you want to be best friends? Wow, we can play Ape Escape. No, don't shake your head no. Don't shake your head no. I declare it here, chat. Me and Zach are besties. We're going to play Ape Escape together all the time, and we're going to hang out constantly. Even if he doesn't even want to, I'm going to force this friendship at this point. We can play Ape Escape forever. It'll be like your eternal hell.
Okay, I've heard of Ape Escape. I've heard of Ape Escape. I've never played Ape Escape.
Well, you're gonna learn. You'll get your ass kicked a couple times by me, but then you'll enjoy it. Oh, it's a fun game. You'll get your ass kicked by me 100%. On Ape Escape, I'm a god. I hate to say that.
Do you want to play a Dance of Fire and Ice with me?
What is that?
It's just a clicking game. There's no 2-player on Ape Escape, honestly.
Oh.
It's yeah.
Well, I mean there is, but you have to be in person. So that means I just have to stalk you, figure out where you live, then show up, then make you play Ape Escape with me.
You could just ask me. Like you can just literally DM me on Discord, and I answer at least everything by the end of the day. So like
that seems like the easiest way to go, but I like to go the difficult route. I like to choose the difficult route.
Wait, what state or country do you live in? I don't think Virginia. Damn, you're far as fuck, dude. I'm in California.
You're in California, aren't you?
Yeah. So you never be able to stalk me. Get fucked, idiot.
Well, I can fly over there. You act like that's not a possibility.
No, it's not.
That I could fly to California?
No, you can't fly here. We don't have people from the outside.
We don't have planes that come in.
No, there's no planes that come in from other places to California. California is a closed off state to everyone.
You're right, and LA is its own place. So you guys really don't.
Are
you
gross.
in LA?
I'm currently in Northern California, somewhere near the bay. That I can't disclose.
Fancy. All right, so if I just follow the bay, then I'll eventually find you, right?
That's gonna be a long time, dude. That's gonna be a really long time.
They say just stay by the body of water, and then eventually you find where you're supposed to go. So I think that's how that works, right?
You're gonna take a couple of years adventure on that if you try that one. I'll warn you right now.
I'll just stream it.
God damn it, dude! Solution to fucking everything. I'll just stream it, and they'll make money. I'll become a huge IRL streamer.
Yeah, I'll just stream it. They'll be like, "Damn, IRL to find Zach Digital," and then next thing you know, I find you, and it's like the biggest watch stream ever, and everyone freaks out because they go, "Wow, she's been live for like 7 years." And now she found him.
Are you interested in becoming like a gigantic streamer? Is that like the sort of what you're interested in or the goal or?
You know, I say like, I'm just existing. Like I'm here, I have my other stuff going on. So, you know, I'm in college too.
Yeah, I know about that.
So I'm in college. I work a full-time job. I think it would be fun to have as an opportunity. However, it's not it's something that I'm very statistic based on things, and statistically it's unlikely, so it's not something I'm putting my eggs in a basket for. Does that make sense?
Ah, so you're not stupid. Nice.
Yeah, no. Yeah, like I'm completely like I work a full-time job. This is not my main source of income, but like I completely understand why people want to take that leap and can push for it. Just statistically, it's so unlikely no matter how good you are, because it doesn't just depend on how good you are. It doesn't just depend on how nice you are. It depends on a lot of other factors that make that more difficult. You know what I mean? But if I could do it, absolutely. You know, I don't know anybody on this platform that wouldn't take that opportunity.
Well, yeah, if you get the opportunity, you figured, why the fuck not? Like, why not take it?
Exactly.
But like if you're someone who's like 5 viewers and you're like, I'm going full time, guys. You're like, yeah, you probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, like it's no, like I've always been against that, but again, it's to each their own. At the same time, in the same breath, I don't have the ability to just be that spontaneous. Like I don't, like I have to plan things, and if I don't have things planned, I get stressed out. And so to not like to just quit my job at 5 viewers and be like, well, I hope I make this month's rent is like the most, like I can't imagine.
Ballsy. Or you just have rich parents.
Yeah, well, I don't have that though. My dad literally was like, either you get a scholarship to college or you're not going. And I was like, true. I was like, no, it's true because we don't have the money to pay for it.
Yeah.
So it's either you get a scholarship or good luck, like or good luck. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, man. Like you're right. And then I worked really hard and I did what I did, so I'm fine with it. I'm gonna keep sipping this. Is that okay? I'm here, so
this is your fucking interview. You can do whatever you want, so I don't care. Just don't. I feel like this is the first official interview I've had, like a one-on-one interview. I don't think I've ever had anyone interview me. No one's interviewed you before? What do you expect?
Like on Gondoc, but like...
Oh yeah, this isn't one of those things where I'm asking you like I think I stay away from like... I think I asked one relationship question out of all of them, but I don't really go into relationship shit. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in knowing a person. I'm not interested in knowing their sex history. I don't give a fuck about that.
You just wanted to hang out with the Cinna.
Is that what you're called in your channel? Because now I really don't want to hang out with you. Oh.
No, it's not. But I'm just being a d-bag. That's all.
So ooh. Now that we're talking about your name really quick, can you explain your name on what it means? I mean, I read a little bit about your profile, but I want everyone to know. And then kind of like how you got started on Twitch.
Okay, so my name came from, originally my name was Brittany, but it was just spelled wrong. Mm-hmm. And that was just not marketable. Like having somebody search that, it wasn't spelled correctly. I had to spell it for people if they wanted to know my handles. And I felt like it just wasn't beneficial to me long-term on Twitch. So I just changed it. I let my community pick it. They thought it was nice because I like to cook. Like I love to cook things and bake things. Ooh. Though I don't do a lot of that on my stream right now. Like my chat knows how much I love to do that stuff. Yeah. So it's something that they picked and I said, fuck it, I can't think of anything else. So then I changed it. And at the time, like it was just people around me were like, that's a stupid name. And I was like, yeah, probably, but like, here it is and we do stupid stuff, so I guess it works. And then circling, what was the other question? How did I get started on Twitch?
How did you get started? I don't think Cinnabrit's a bad name either. I think it's an original than a lot of names on Twitch. So like,
thank you. I appreciate it. I do appreciate that.
This guy in chat named Smoked Out _82. How fucking unoriginal is Smoked Out? You piece of shit. Smoked Out.
Smoke, do you let him talk to you like that? You want me to smack him, Smoke?
Smoked Out deserves it. Every time he comes in or asks for his Twitch Prime, he says like gave to someone else. He's an asshole.
And then there's...
How did you get started?
Oh yeah, how did I get started? So I basically was just talking to one of my friends about it, and they had said, like I was talking about playing video games. I was gonna be playing Animal Crossing, and I had started 2 years ago. Technically, I streamed like one time, and then I didn't do it again. In 2018, yeah, I streamed in 2018, and I streamed one time, and I got so embarrassed, and I was like, "This is weird," and I didn't do it again. And then in 2020. I was still working, so like I wasn't not working because of the pandemic or anything. Like I still had to go to my job, but I was like, I'm playing Animal Crossing. Might as well just stream it for some of my friends. Mm-hmm. So then I posted streaming it, and it ended up working out like really well. Yeah, like I got like my stuff super quick for it, and I was really happy about like getting everything. And just once you hit like the affiliate achievement, you're like, oh, this is fun. And so then I kept doing it, and my logic was like, I talk a lot already. I talk so much. And I play games, so I could just do both. Yeah, I could just talk a lot and play games. Win-win.
That's a good thing though. When I come into your stream, there's no silence. Like I have pauses in my streams when I do shit. You never pause. You're always talking. 100%. That's great for streaming though. That's 100% great for streaming because people love that shit.
50 miles per hour too. It's like ridiculous. I talk so quickly and I know it. And then they're just like, oh, okay. And they just kind of just sit and listen to me ramble about dumb stuff, which is really fine.
It's not a bad thing.
It works. Yeah. Like people are like, I love your energy. And I'm like,
yeah.
Thanks. It's like 24/7 on.
How are you always so energized? Like, what the fuck? Is it just because you're young or is it just because you're like...
I'm 24. I'm not that young.
You're young. Oh, everyone is young on Twitch to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm not that young. But I mean, honestly, I've been like this my whole life.
Okay.
I don't know why it is that I talk. Shut up, Zerob. Zerob.
I was gonna say, I read that immediately. I was like, drugs?
Zerob is such a dick, dude. No, I honestly have just talked like this my whole life. Like, people come into my stream and they go, "Do you have like ADD or ADHD or something?" And I'm like, no. I mean, I don't know if I do, maybe, but like, I don't want to know if I do. I just talk fast and I'm just chilling. So yeah, if you don't like it that I talk fast, like, there's another stream you can go to. It doesn't really hurt my feelings.
True. So, that's what I say to people. If you don't like what I'm doing, leave.
People come in all the time and they're like, "Can you slow it down for me?" And I'm like, there's other places you can go. Like, that sucks, but it sounds mean, but it's not mean. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna change who I am. So that's what I do. I just stream how I am.
It's not mean at all.
You're saying like insightful stuff right now, by the way, Zach, with your Hello Kitty tattoos on your face. This might be your peak attractiveness I've seen you at right now.
Great, thanks. I'm really glad that I'm extremely attractive with Guy Fieri hair.
Yeah,
is it Guy Fieri or is it Guy Fieri? I don't really know. I hear people pronounce it different ways.
It's Guy Fieri. It's Fieri.
Fieri?
With almost like a T, like you're kind of like rolling your R's almost.
So like Fieri.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of like you're on there. Like Fieri, like you just say it Fieri. I used to call it Fieri.
I thought it was Fieri too.
No, I guess it's not Fieri.
What is people's obsession with Guy Fieri?
I think he's like, I don't know, he's like the uncle I've always wanted to hang out with. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's like the uncle I've always wanted to hang out with, where I'm like, yeah, like, this is where I would want to hang out with my uncle and him introduce me to some like sloppy fries with bacon.
That's fair.
He
does
and then we
seem
can
like
just
a cool
hang
guy.
out and he says a stupid phrase like these fries are the mayor of Flavortown, like that. And then you're like, all right, cool.
You know what's crazy?
I love that for him.
How much hate he gets, like how much he gets shit on for literally doing nothing but like he just has a show and he has blonde hair. People shit on him for that just alone, and I'm like, he does a lot of good things for people who are in the service industry though too.
I actually will say I did get mad at people for hating on him last year because I know they were just joking about something, but he did more for the restaurant industry than a lot of famous chefs did last year. He opened his little shops to be able to give like restaurants a way to make money by doing DoorDash delivery through his shop, and that's insane. Like, he did, like him and Mr. Beast both did that last year, and that was a good thing to do for the service industry. I worked as a server for a long time, and I understood what people were going through. So
I fully agree with that. When like, it's fun to shit on him, right? But it's also just like, if you're shitting on him for real, like you actually hate him in some sort of way, it makes no sense because he's actually a really good guy just behind the scenes and shit. So
absolutely, I completely agree. Yeah, he's a really dope guy. And he wears those super awesome bowling shirts. And for some reason, I'm going to tell you right now, you want to hate on his style, but I love people who dress differently.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know even if your style is trash, like, yeah, the fact that you don't care about what people are saying and you're wearing your bowling shirt on camera is like the funniest thing to me. Like, yeah, you do you, man. You're even better because of it, I feel like. I don't know.
It definitely attracts attention for sure. I don't know what to say about style. Style is interesting because style changes so often that it's like, why do we care about something right now it's just going to change in a couple of years anyway. Like, I don't know why people shit on style so hard.
I mean, I understand the appeal of it though, because I understand the appeal of it because with style changing, like, I absolutely love to keep up to an extent because I love how I feel if I'm like attractive, right? So if I'm attractive in the time that I'm in, eventually I'll give up on it, and be like, okay, cool, I'm old, whatever. But like, I do understand 100% the appeal of style. However, I think it's obviously been now because of the internet, it's way more hyped up than it probably needs to be. But I think that, like, I remember I took I had to take an elective class, and I had to take a fashion class in high school. Weird class, but it's marketing. Yeah, it's marketing.
Oh, okay. That
so
makes more sense.
It was based off of that, but it was more for marketing stuff. But actually learning about how like different trends go out throughout the decades and what they're based off of was pretty interesting to learn about. Like the different, like, if, for example, even the flappers like starting to show more skin in the 20s and stuff like that. Like, that was revolutionary for like modern day political things that women are allowed to wear today and stuff like that. So as much as I hate on it, I'm like, yeah, that's really cool that fashion has that influence over our society. I don't know. That's something cool to learn, I guess. Right?
What was your favorite era of when you learned about that? Was it the flapper era or was it?
No, it was the 70s.
70s? Yeah, I was gonna say.
I love 70s style 100% is like my favorite. I don't know what it is, man. Something about just the whole aesthetic is just really cool to look at. It makes me feel relaxed too, hippie-esque.
Yeah, the bright, beautiful colors, like the gigantic hair, the like I think afros were the fucking coolest back in the 70s. They're so nice back in the 70s. Like if you watch a documentary or video or anything on it, if you see people with afros, it's insanely beautiful. Like how so big some people's afros are and how nice they are at the same time. Like,
I love looking
it has to spend hours.
My grandparents, because I'm black, white, and Japanese, and on my dad's side, which is the black side of my family, my grandparents have these like funny photos from them on like this like in like Soul Train outfits and stuff from the 70s, but it looks so badass. I'm like, dude, you guys look dope. Like, I love that for you. I love that you had your little afros and everything going on. Like, it's my favorite thing ever. It's great. And then my dad in the early 90s had like the little box cut. Like the 80s and the 90s, he had like the box cut and stuff, and I'm just like, I love it. Yeah, I love it so much. Z-Rob said drugs again. I really hate him. I really hate
70s.
Z-Rob.
Does Z-Rob frequent your channel? Is he
No, I met Z-Rob through Tony's channel.
Oh, yeah, he's been showing up on my channel recently.
Shout out to Tony. Yes, I'm sorry. Don't tell Tony's not in here right now. Don't tell him.
I think he is.
Tony's channel is actually pretty funny. I actually will fall asleep to Tony singing in my channel. Like, I'll leave his stream on while I'm going to sleep, but it's just because like I like to watch something when I'm going to bed. And so then I'll just leave Tony's channel on and fall asleep while he's like, F you guys.
I mean, I'm sure he appreciates that because it's like it's a viewer, and then also it's also that's actually a compliment. If you can fall asleep to someone, that means you're comfortable with them. So. Yeah,
well then, hi Davina! Davina, Escalation Point, best mod in Squall. I love you, Davina. But so, yeah, Davina in Squall, you know who Squall is, right?
Yeah.
She's a command that's like command best mod, and then you can pet Davina through the command. It's kind of cool.
Fuck?
I really like that. Yeah, because she's the best mod in his channel, so you give her like pats. It's so cute. So whenever I see her, I always am giving her verbal pats mentally. That's where that came from. My bad.
No, you're fine.
But Tony's chat for sure. It's not even that like it's just a comfortable thing. It's just nice because I'm like he's so entertaining that I can't get my eyes away. Like I'm just like I want to leave, but like I know he's gonna say some wild stuff that I have to stay for.
He is. He's a very entertaining streamer. No, but like Tony, he brings it to another level. His energy is always the same throughout the entire stream. I do agree with you on that. His energy is fucking top notch.
He honestly has like squirrel energy like me, and I think that's why I like him. Like he's like just so like, oh, all right, let's just jump to this, and I'm like, I get it. Your mind is like mine. I'm just like jumping all over the place, and then somehow I end up doing the robot on a dance move, and Tony will do the same thing, and it's like, this is just I love this for us.
See, I can't do that with you guys. Like you guys can do that. I can do like spurts of that. I can go like, oh, high energy for a couple minutes, and I'm just like, all right, guys, let's just fucking chill the fuck out, and then I go back up, down, up, down. I'm like a roller coaster. I can't keep constantly just keep going up and up and up and up like you guys. You guys just keep going and going and going. I'm like, how you guys the energy? How's the energy?
Someday, if I ever meet you in person, Zach, you're just gonna be like, for the love of God, please. You're gonna be like, I need like 5 minutes away. Because I'm like I'm a squirrel. I'm all over the place. And I'm sure Tony's the same way, like a complete squirrel of energy. And then other people I'm around that are like you are just like, okay, I need like 5 minutes. Like you, give me 5 minutes.
I definitely need to recharge and stuff like that. But there's also a period where if someone has a whole bunch of energy, I can match the energy for a really long time, like a really long time. But then there's there's that portion though where I do just die out, and I'm like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go over here and smoke an imaginary cigarette that I don't smoke. It's just like I just need a fucking minute. Just give me a minute, man.
Oh, I love that 100%. I feel that. That's why I know. Like when I like talk to people too, I'm like, I don't ever expect anyone to match my energy and stuff like that. But then I also love like for Tony's stream, I love finding a streamer that I'm like, oh, you do match that energy for me, because then I'm just constantly. I'll be trying to go to sleep, Zach. And then I'll be laying there like watching the stream, and then I go, oh, that's so funny. So then I'll start typing in the chat, and I go, ha ha ha, whatever. And then I'm like, I'm never sleeping. I'm never sleeping because
I'm supposed to get up at 8 a.m. Now I won't be able to.
But the best part about Tony's chat is that I wake up and he's still live.
Yeah. He
he's
really
still.
he really has an interesting schedule. This is for sure. That's
why I called him a degenerate, dude. Because I wake up and he's still alive, and then I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I wake up and then I'm like, do I say hi? But I gotta get ready for work, and then I'm like, nah, I'll say hi. So then I start saying hi in a chat, and now he knows my work schedule. Like they'll be like, don't you need to leave for work soon? And I'm like, yeah. They're like,
we have a song
like,
for Cinnabrit. We're gonna sing it, and she's about to go to work right now, or some shit like that.
Or
Do like
what's the
a
other thing?
work send
When
off.
I said bye. I'm about to drive to work, and he goes, all right, see you in 30 minutes. shit, you not. Sure, I got to work, and I was immediately back on. 30 minutes, because I don't do anything at work. I just sit there. So.
What do you do for work, if you don't mind asking, or if it's not like private or anything like that?
I work in administration for a restoration company.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so like when your home catches on fire, if you've mold in your home, if a pipe bursts in your house, we come and fix it.
Okay.
But I am in a new department, so I work on internally the training modules for our company.
Oh shit.
Meaning
Okay.
like anybody who's doing onboarding, I actually now create the e-courses for the company.
Whoa.
I work with like other, it's really cool. I'm like, they call me the professor, and I have like a little ruler that I keep on my desk. So when people ask me stupid questions, I smack the desk really hard and can yell at them.
Nice. That's some sweet authority.
It's a fun time, but yeah, that's what I do at my job.
Okay.
So I just bang out a bunch of courses in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a weird turn of phrase, but
it's fine. I understood, okay. But like I wasn't gonna say anything, but you said bang it out, and then you made it weird. So like,
sorry.
You made it fucking weird, man.
So let me explain. So you bang out a bunch of courses in the beginning.
Yeah, totally.
And then I don't tell them that I made all those courses, so that way they think I'm moving at a mediocre pace. And my mediocre pace becomes exceptional because they go, wow, you're really killing it getting all these courses out. But really, I've had them done for forever, and I'm just slowly uploading them.
Like God, you know the fucking work game like no other. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Like most people, like I hate when you see those people at work. They're just like they give all their fucking effort the first month they're there, because you're like, dude, you better slow down. They're gonna expect this shit for you like the rest of the time. You need to work into that. You don't understand, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%. Dude, that's what I do at my job. And then I do this when I had my year review a few months ago. I went in and what did my boss say? He said something. Oh no, it's called a quarterly conversation, which is not an official year review. It's like a touch base kind of like how you're doing thing. So in case you do need to improve before your year review, you can improve. Okay. And he got to like my work ethic or whatever, and he goes, honestly, like, I give you a 10 on this. Like, you're really doing great. And I said, really? Damn. I said, I was being a jerk. And I said, I thought I was doing okay. And then he goes, no, like, you're really just killing it right now. And mentally, I was like, dude, I sat here for the past 3 days and I was on TikTok, like, the whole time.
Oh my God. I love it. You're a mental finesser. I like that.
I'm thriving right now at my job. So it is what it is. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
That's smart though.
Are you full-time streamer?
No, fuck no. No, you can ask me anything pretty much if you want. But
okay. Yeah, what do you do for your job? Do you want me asking?
What? Fox Entertainment. So I work in strategy and operations. So whatever you see for scripted or unscripted television. Thanks. I'm jaded. Scripted or unscripted television that's on TV, that's what I basically put out. So anything that has to do with bringing new business to Fox, I'm involved with that. So
okay. So do you like
trying to make money?
Do you like call companies and say like, hey, do you want to be featured on this and stuff?
We'll have conversations with people. Like I talk to every single department. I talk with casting, I talk with finance, I talk with marketing, and we'll have conversations on how we can best utilize those people or best utilize what we're selling. To so it's just it's a lot of just talking to people, understanding people, selling to people. Like it's literally involved with everything, like selling to people, marketing to people. Just a lot of talking to people though. It's a lot of PowerPoint, a lot of Excel, very boring shit, I would say. So
yeah, but there's nothing wrong with boring though, because then you get to come home and do streaming and stuff. So this
is true. This is a fun outlet.
It's very nice. I've been emotionally dependent on my chat for a little bit now, and I'm just like, I'm mentally okay with it. Yeah, like I had something happen earlier this week, and they said take all the time you need off, and I was like, no, dude, you guys are my crutch. Like I was like,
damn.
Mentally, I'm streaming so that you guys can help me out, and that's not that I'm like venting at all, but I just like to just batter them with insults, and then it makes me feel better.
I was talking about that earlier, how like you don't always come on the stream to exactly, just entertain. It's like sometimes you just come on here to talk and then like have sort of like spill your shit out like a therapy session, like Z-Rob was saying. Basically, it's just like you can.
Yeah, I don't even always talk about like what's going on in my life. Sometimes I just like to just joke because I'm a suppressor for sure. But then that way I can just like, it helps me get out of my own head. Yeah, Scarfo, fuck off.
He said I said PowerPoint and he got a huge boner.
Scarfo, why do you like PowerPoint so much? That's what I want to know.
It's his
Scarfo's
job.
He's interesting, Like I always think I figured him out, and then he's a different man behind the sunglasses.
I wish
every time. He
does this really good thing where he'll tell an entirely fake story, but he always fucks it up by laughing like halfway through it. You're like, dude, you were going so well. He's only done it recently though, like only in the past couple months. He used to be really, really good where he would just tell the story all the way through and then he wouldn't break. But now he just keeps breaking. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Scarfo.
Dude, Scarfo, I pass no judgment because I can't keep a straight face for the life of me, dude. It's so difficult when I'm telling stupid stories. Like I literally can't. I can't keep a straight face at all. But somehow then when I'm talking to somebody, I can keep a straight face easily. And then I look like I'm a condescending asshole. So, it's the reverse. It just sucks.
Cinna does drugs. Scarfo does PvP. God damn it.
I like how they're saying PvP too.
It's PowerPoint, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask some questions from my Discord. If you'd like to ask Cinnabrit some questions, !Q, go to my Discord, ask it there, and I'll ask her. If she's not comfortable with the question, she doesn't have to answer. So Tech Kid asks.
Oh,
what?
go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'll answer whatever,
Okay, but there's people get weird.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Don't say you'll answer anything, because then people will really ask you anything. Say almost anything. I've learned that a long time ago.
I'll answer almost anything.
Yeah, like some people will be like, can you show us your dick? And I'll be like, no, I can't. I shouldn't have said anything.
Oh yeah, is that TOS? No kidding. All right, go ahead. Continue. Keep it going.
Okay.
Keep it moving.
Tech Kid asks, what's a better breakfast food, Belgian waffles or pancakes?
Belgian waffles.
Why so?
There's something about the slight crust. Like if you can have just a slight crunch to your waffle, And also, I'm a maple syrup slut. So I like to, that's a weird way to describe it, but I like to drizzle that maple syrup on there. I like syrup with a side of waffle. So I like a little bit of crunch in my bite. Does that make sense?
I'm actually the same way. Like if there's no crunch in it and it's just all soft, I'm like, oh, this is gross. I don't want to eat this. But when there's a crunch in there, it just makes it more delicious.
Yeah, so. I'm trying to have a little bit of, and then that was like a bite to my waffle.
It's all right. You're a maple syrup slut. I understand.
Yeah. This is new username. Trying to switch it from Cinnabrit.
I wonder if anyone has maple syrup slut. Let's check it really quick. Let's see.
Can I get a shirt that says maple syrup slut? I wonder.
Oh my god! Actually, it's Cinnabrit, so you could do maple syrup slut and then just have like a cinnamon bun, because I've seen the cinnamon bun that was drawn by your sister on your channel, and then you could just pour maple syrup on it, and then just have like a little animated thing that has maple syrup poured onto it, and just maple syrup slut.
I feel like you well thought out that name a little too quickly, buddy. I feel like you had that planned in the back of your head. You were like, if she says maple syrup slut, I already know what I'm gonna say in response.
No, I'm just really good at marketing. Okay, I'm just really good at thinking of ideas on the spot when they're really stupid. They have to be stupid though. They can't be good. If they're actual good, I'll just be like, oh no. But if they're stupid, I'm pretty good at that shit.
But they're stupid. Let's capitalize off of it right now.
Yeah, maple syrup slut is not taken, but I imagine because you can't have the word slut in your name on Twitch, so...
We'll change it to sloot with 2 zeros. Somebody in my DMs recently DM'd me, and he said, are you a good little sloot? And he used 2 zeros. And at that point, I knew that the world was doomed. Because what are you supposed to do when that happens, But it's fine. So yeah, the world is doomed. If you ask me if you're a good little sloot, that's a weird DM. That's a weird chance, but we'll move past it.
That's a weird thing to say in general.
I feel like I DM'd that to you the first time, right? When I first ever talked to you.
No.
You said, hey, do you want to be interviewed? And I said, yeah. Are you a good little sloot? And you were like, yeah.
Did you say that to me?
No, I didn't say that.
No, you didn't. I literally asked you about it and you said, I'm down. And that was it.
Now I should have said that to you. Now I regret not. If I DM you that every day, do you think you'll eventually respond and DM back?
I would DM you back because I answer all my DMs at the end of the day, even if they're stupid. So I would 100% answer.
Oh, okay. Well then, that's fine then. All right, as long as I get a response, I'm solid.
Oh no, I'll definitely answer back. It might just be like an emote, because usually if I send you just an emote, it means I'm really lazy and I'm probably not doing anything good. Z-Rob, thanks for gifting a Maple Syrup Lover 69. Oh yeah, 69. Why is that a name? Why is that a fucking
Syrup
name?
Lover 69. Oh yeah, 69. Damn, that's my alt account. He found it.
Fucking alt account
He
bullshit.
found my alt account. Yo, chill, Z-Rob, chill. Oh, hi,
God.
JJ. JJ the Tuner's here. How are you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Sorry.
Are you good little Maple Syrup? Oh god, I hate all of this. I hate everything about this.
Did they just ask that in the questions channel?
No, it was just no, it's just in general the maple syrup. We've started something. Let's move on. Paragy asks, how long should I wait after the news of a death to announce I'm having the baby?
I'm sorry. Wait, Zach, because you don't know the story behind that. So
Yes, I know the story of the baby meme.
No, not the baby meme. I recently the laughing context is weird in this situation. So when I laugh at this, when I tell this story really fast, it'll be very brief. I want to clarify, I'm not laughing at the situation, but the comedy that followed after was weird. So basically, a family member of mine earlier this week did pass away. And in the group chat, this is why I said it was weird. But in the group chat of my family, my sister, and I hate that I'm laughing right now, but I'm not laughing at that. But when my sister,
no, it's okay.
When my sister announced it in the text group, basically, she sent a text out to my entire family saying, "Hey, this is an update on a situation." And when she had updated the situation, my cousin said, "Oh, condolences. By the way, I have something that I want to announce also." And then announced he was having a baby 5 minutes after we all found out my family member passed away, which was like a weird, we were like, why would you?
Yeah. Bad timing.
So then I was telling my channel about that, and that's why they're asking, because I was like, I said, am I wrong for thinking that that's like not normal to do? Like that's...
You're not wrong.
Yeah. And then also,
give it a day.
Well, I also texted in the group chat, I said, holy crap, like my condolences to my family. And my grandmother, who's very religious, instead of focusing on the fact that my cousin's having like a baby out of wedlock, right, which she could have been focused on, she decided to text me and say, why did you say holy crap? That was really disrespectful. And she's all happy for my cousin having a baby. And I said,
what the fuck?
Yo, the whole interaction was so weird. I was telling my Twitch chat about it, and I said, I'm so confused. I said,
why is it disrespectful to say holy crap in a text, but it's not disrespectful 5 minutes after the fact that someone in your family dies to say, I'm having a baby? Why is that less disrespectful?
Yo, I literally, when I saw the text too, I just didn't respond. I was like, I didn't respond. And then she texted me, she called me, and I said, I can't talk, I'm at work right now, which was a lie. I could have answered her, I didn't. And then when she said, you really need to respond to my text or whatever, because she was mad, and I go, what? I was like, and that was the week that I had. So the reason why they asked is because I was asking my chat literally yesterday. I said, how long do you have to wait to tell someone you're having a baby after a family member passes? Because to me, I was like, what?
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
It was a weird conversation. Anyways, so yeah, my family got canceled. I canceled them yesterday.
Okay, Z-Rob says because holy. Is it because you said holy in it? Is your family like super religious or something?
My grandmother is, so yeah, the holy was what got her. But then like, listen, if you want to know something funny, it was so serious to her that my father got a phone call about it. So, and I'm 24 years old. So when I literally was like calling my dad later on in the day to joke about something, I was like, yeah, did you see this? And he goes, yeah, your grandmother told me. And I said, what? And he goes, yeah, I had to tell her to chill out because you're like 24. And I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, and that was a week that I had. So welcome to my personal hell. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I once dated.
But I'm more so concerned about why my cousin felt the need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
It's 3 text messages after the initial announcement too. So it was a very interesting conversation, to say the least.
Guys, this person's dead.
Yeah.
We're gonna have service here. This is gonna be then. We're all really sad. 5 minutes later. Yo, I'm having a baby, bitch.
Yo, and oh, I forgot the best part. The best part was he said, I have news. Are you guys ready?
Oh,
and I
God.
texted my sister individually. And I said, I swear to God, if this bitch said he's having a baby. And then he said that. And then I literally jumped up and called my sister and ran out of my office. And I said, no way. This is the first thing I said. I was like, no way. I was like, what? What?
Dude, that's so bad.
And they're
that's
younger
so
than me
bad.
too. They're younger than me too. So they're like young parents.
Nice.
And I'm like,
that's gonna be great. Oh.
No, because then, oh yeah, the last part of the story, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting things.
No, it's great.
The last part of the story is after he finished telling that he had a baby, he said, all right, now you and Jasmine next, my sister. He said, now you and Jasmine next. And I said, what? I was like, I'm playing like anime video games in my room on a Friday night. Like, you think I'm having a kid right now, bro? Like,
I'm talking to people in chat about this situation.
yeah,
I'm not
like,
actually going to have a kid.
Yeah, I'm not. Can you imagine if I had to stop streaming because I had to change my baby? Like, there's no way.
No, you just have baby streams where look, the fucking Twitch has a category for like breastfeeding and shit like that. So you just make it part of your stream. Yeah, they do. 100%. It's allowed.
Are you serious? That's
I am 1,000% fucking serious. Hey guys, I'm having a baby.
I'm not Googling anything.
No, they literally do. They like it's okay. Like I think you can just be in the just chatting section, but I think it's completely okay to breastfeed on Twitch.
Oh yeah, because they don't have a category for it. Damn it! I thought there was like a gaming category for it. I was like,
oh no, I mean
subscribe?
if you get enough people with their titties out in hot tubs, it'll change from hot tubs stream, beach stream to hot tubs, beaches, pools, and titties. Exactly.
I support that. I want to see titties. Okay. Who doesn't want to see titties? If you don't, I feel like that's a you problem at this point.
I mean,
right?
okay. Hear me out here, Cinnabrit. I like titties. Titties are cool, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree.
I like looking at cleavage. It's cool.
I agree.
It's fun. More of an ass guy, personally, though.
I agree on that as well. Yeah, I completely agree on that too. I agree.
Continue. Titties are cool. I'm not like when I see them bare, I'm just like, oh, there's titties. I don't go wild over titties because unless I'm connected to those titties with, I don't know, something on my body, then I'm not interested.
You want to feel like a mental connection with those titties. You want to mentally understand those titties. You know, if you don't mentally relate to those titties, then what are those titties really? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I would like to mentally relate to physically relate to the titties as well, but mentally as well, yes. But unless I'm welcome to, hang out with the titties, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I understand that correctly. Okay, so you kind of want to just, if you're not hanging out with the titties, if you're not talking to them one-on-one, you're not really interested in those titties.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a one-on-one conversation with those titties. I'd be like, yeah, titties, you're great. But if you can't talk to them and those titties are not really talking specifically to you, I understand that. Yeah, I see that.
If I'm walking down the boulevard and someone has their titties out, I'm not like, whoa, gotta stop and beat off. Like, I'm not about that. I'm just like, whoa, her tits are out. That's crazy.
I wouldn't pull over. But
me either.
But I'd be like, damn, nice titties. Like,
no, totally. 100% agree with that.
Okay, cool.
I would, 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. No disagreements whatsoever. I'd be like, yo, those are some nice titties.
Right, yeah.
I'd appreciate the titties. I just wouldn't be like, yo, well, maybe I would.
Well, no. I feel like you're right in saying, if you're not hanging out with them one-on-one, if you're not making a dinner date with those titties where you're like, 6 p.m., we'll hang out after, we'll go hang out at 8 p.m. after dinner, then I can see where you wouldn't really care too much about them. You know what I mean? I understand. You would care, but they're not like your titties,
Yeah. Okay, everyone in chat's saying Kapazak, you totally would. That's not true. I love looking at titties and stuff like that, but unless those titties are interested back in me, I'm not trying to get them titties. I want titties to be interested back. This is the weirdest conversation I've had on this show in a very long time. And I interviewed Tony recently.
Wow, you think I'm weirder than Tony?
Well, that conversation was not overall so far, but I mean, we'll get into that.
Yeah, overall, I'm a pretty normal human being, right? I swear to God, tell me I'm normal. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Now I just want to say no, so you just be like, why aren't I normal?
No, I wouldn't cry. That'd be a threat. You'd denounce war on my channel, and I'd have to attack you. But
no, I've had people cry on this before. I've made people cry. Yeah, I'm actually really proud of that.
You've made people cry on your
No,
channel?
not like an asshole thing. Like, oh, I hate you because you cry. They cry because I'll bring up a subject and I'll ask them about it, and then they'll continue in the subject, and then they'll actually just start crying because they remember the subject. And I'm like, damn. Like I think I've made 3 people cry on here out of the 50 something people I've interviewed.
Well, like you said something that they get like really sensitive about, and then
Yeah, so like
it touches their heart.
Yeah, so I'll ask like something that's close to them, and then I'll obviously like I'll ask the right questions, and then they'll cry about it, and I'm like, damn, dude, that's crazy that I led that path to those questions. So
see, I get that, but I have like a laughing problem where like things that make me cry, I laugh about in my life because I'm just like it's just so stupid to me that this could make me cry, and so then I'm not able to just like turn it on and be like, oh, I think about people that piss me off and then cry. Like I can't do that. It's difficult. It's difficult to do. Also,
acting is hard.
Well, showing emotion on like front of the chat is kind of hard sometimes too.
That's true, cause like 1 minute you'll just be like everyone will give you hearts, and the next minute there'll be a Pepe laugh, and then there'll be like a big emote that says dicks, and you're just like I can't cry when there's dicks in chat. Like
yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah, I'm like you guys are Pepe D'ing, and I got like sad people tears. You know what I mean? Like you know, I'm wearing like these stupid little hands. And I put on these little hands, and that's cool, don't get me wrong. But then once I put on the little hands and then I'm like dancing around, it's hard for me to switch over and be like, oh, boo-hoo, you know, woe is me, right? Does that make sense?
No,
does
it
that
does.
make a little bit of sense? I don't know.
It makes a lot of sense.
Oh, I can keep these little hands on. I just realized. Sorry, keep talking to me.
I can't read this name. It looks like it's in Russian. XNWHNK. It's in Russian. I can't read it. It says when pool stream Pepe laugh.
Pool stream?
Yeah.
Hey, wouldn't we might get one in when I go to Austin, right? Or no?
Really? You're going to Austin? When are you going to Austin?
You're going in June, right? I'm going in July.
No, I'm not. I'm not going.
You're not going at all?
Not going at all. No. I'm in Northern California.
I'm going in July. Do you talk to Curly Chris at all?
Yeah, I like Chris. He's a cool guy. We live in the same.
They're doing he announces it on his Barcast. I don't know if you've been in his Barcast at all recently. But that's where they were trying to plan it, was through there. So so a few of us are gonna go in July and stuff, which will be really nice.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
are you going around July 4th or whatever, or?
I guess so. Yeah.
Around there,
I think that's it. So
it's a good
it'd be
time
really
to go.
cool. That would be the only time you guys are gonna get a pool. Otherwise, chat, for anyone who asked about a pool stream, I'm a poor person. And poor people don't own pools, so
this is true.
Unless you want me to get like a giant bowl, maybe that I keep my apples in downstairs and fill it with water and stand in it, you're not getting a pool stream.
Stop spending all your money on little hands and stuffed animals, and then you can afford a pool.
I only have one stuffed animal, and I only have 5 pairs of little hands.
Wait a minute. Wait, what? You have 5 pairs of little hands?
Wait, can I explain?
100%. I'm curious. That's why I'm asking.
Wait, pause. So the reason why, technically, I didn't buy these little hands. Okay, technically, these little hands I did not buy. The reason why these little hands came about is because I was going through some old like tub that my sister and I had from when we were like teenagers, right? Like a high school thing. And she had like a tub of artwork that she wanted me to go through to get something for her when I went to my parents' house. So I was like, that's fine. So I was going through the tub and I found this bag of baby faces and baby hands. And I texted her and I said, excuse me. I said, why do you have these? Because I don't understand why she had them. And she basically said it was for an art project that she did, like a sculpting thing. And then she never actually ended up using them, but she kept them. And so I have a bag of these baby hands that I like to put on my fingers and wave around.
I mean, I feel like they work as a properly well if you're just like hanging out or whatever, and you're playing video games and you just break out the baby hands. You're like, all right, guys, let's fucking game, and you just put them up, and then it kind of works as a pretty simple joke.
I think they're just funny to dance with, you know? Like when you dance with baby hands, it's like, it's even cooler because you're just kind of like, I can wiggle my fingers and it looks like I'm just really flailing my arms right now. And I like to I probably don't even look at chat when I have them on. I just look at my own self and I go, this is fun.
You know what's
wave them around.
You know what's fun about that too? You get so many questions where people would just come in naturally from your show and be like, "What the fuck? How? When?"
People come into my stream and they go, "What's happening here?" That's like a regular first comment. Is they go, "What's happening here?" or "What did I walk into?" So I just say it's like, you know when you venture too far on YouTube?
Yeah.
And like you're in like a weird area and you're like, I don't want to leave because I feel like this video is interesting, but like why? Like how did I get here at like 1 a.m.? That's like me, but at like a standard dinner hour on a weekday.
2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, West Coast time, fucking 6 o'clock, someone tuning in, oh, I'll get my favorite streamer, and they discover on the front page before they scroll down this favorite streamer that there's a lady on the page with fucking baby hands going.
Yeah, like 6 p.m. my time, you know, I've got baby hands on, and people are at 3 p.m. your time, and they go, where am I? And I like to give that the people that feeling of like, how did I get here? But I guess that's the feeling we like to give.
I feel like it's working for you because I feel like you've gained a lot of like people coming in your stream lately. So I feel like they're staying. I
got a lot of them from Lover Host, but I've been getting more recently through like, I don't know,
randomness
through existing. Yeah, and it's been really nice. I'm definitely like really thankful for them. They're in chat too, so if they hear this, I'm not thankful for you, and I'm lying. I'm kidding.
It's certainly not through Twitch's new tags. Did you hear about that? Twitch's new tags that they're doing. You know how you can do tags in your stream and stuff like that?
Yeah, now they have them like you can do race and stuff now, right?
Yeah. Really odd.
That's interesting. That's interesting to do. I'm curious to know who would filter by that. But also, I guess it does make sense if you're trying to support more people based off of like minority groups, you know what I mean? That I understand. So like, for example, like during Black History Month, if you wanted to filter by a streamer that identifies that would make sense, you know what I mean? But then also, I can see where like then it might come into some weird territory.
Yeah, because it's like
nothing is ever black and white with those decisions. So
yeah, it's a tool. Like if you look at it, it's a tool where it's like, oh, cool, I can like look for my favorite Asian creators, Black creators, you know, Hispanic creators and stuff like that. That's dope. Right. On the other side, it's like, hey, if you're racist, you can also filter out all of these tags and just put in that race. So it's just like
yeah, exactly. So it's kind of a double-edged sword in that respect. But also at the same time, it does make a lot of sense for certain events that they do, or like history months and everything. So I think it's just going to be up to something they have to play out and see how it works. I mean, you literally can't please everybody as a corporation, so you just kind of have to eat whatever one is worse.
I like your perspective on that because I was complaining about that earlier, and I was just like, what are they doing? What are they doing? But that's a good perspective to look at it from. So like the whole double-edged. Yeah, the whole double-edged sword thing, and like you can't please everyone, corporation, et cetera, et cetera.
I was just talking about on Twitch or on my stream last night about how I feel like, don't get me wrong, corporations definitely put more effort into things that bring them money, and Twitch is one of the corporations that is commonly known to do that. However, there are so many things that from a viewer perspective, right, is black and white. Like they go, yeah, you should just get rid of people who are racist. But then there's things that you have where streamers make like accidents. There's things that streamers have where they get canceled for stuff that they're 13. You know, they did when they were a child. Like, and there's all these different like situations in which companies have to be careful where they apply their rules to and where they give slack to that make it so it's not so black and white. And so like even Twitch, though I think they make stupid decisions, and I personally think the CEO should step down. In my other opinion, at the same time, I completely understand that they're a corporation that they have less flexibility than I do in my opinions for the decisions that they make, and the legality behind their decisions affect them more than just me saying, oh, they should just do this, if that makes sense.
No, they have a team of people that need to go into it and look at it and stuff like that. Like if you like, obviously you've worked in those types of environments where it's not just one person's decision, even if it is like the CEO has that decision, it's not necessarily his decision to make that decision. Even if he does have that power, he has to ask a whole bunch of other people, or people are not going to want to work for that CEO whatsoever. People are going to quit. So and
then they also have to consider like their sponsors. Like there are sponsors that may politically disagree with them, and it's not necessarily their fault, but they're trapped. I mean, if you lose that sponsorship, that's a heavy amount of money that comes through your company. You know what I mean? So based off even that alone, they can't make decisions that sometimes better the company, because bigger corporations that are invested in them say, no, we don't believe in that, so we're not going to support that decision. I mean, there's so many like legality things that come into it that I think it's unfair to fault the company as a whole. However, when things are blatantly like morally wrong, okay, or like there are things that are blatantly not being done, for example, Twitch is one of those that consistently makes improvements on things that are not needed but ignores things that are based on their streamers, and they don't protect their streamers as much as YouTube and other people do, to which then like you should hold them more accountable for stuff like that. There are legal things, and again, it's not as black and white, but those are like clear areas where they need to be better, and they know what they could do to be better. They just choose not to.
Yeah, it's because they're a private company and they can do whatever the fuck they want. So
yeah, well, also Amazon. Devin Nash talks about this too, but Amazon is one where Amazon now owns like Twitch.
Yep.
which is cool. Like, yeah, that's great that a bigger company is invested in them. But if Twitch starts becoming more of a problem expense-wise, especially because of DMCA and other things,
they'll cut them.
Then they do with like actually bringing in profit. They're cut, and Twitch is gone like that, completely gone.
Pretty sure Twitch doesn't really make that much of a profit for them right now at all.
They don't.
So.
I mean, compared to everything that Amazon owns, like Twitch doesn't hold a candle to half the stuff they have going on. So there's no way that if they become more of an expense, they're like, yeah, we're gonna save Twitch. Yeah. YouTube, like, is a better investment for them. Yeah. They could invest in other platforms and other companies that are a better investment than Twitch. But Twitch is just like how they get into this industry. And Amazon likes to have their little hands, in all the pots. So I've been talking with these little hands the whole time too. It's been like
no, it's great. It's great. People come in, they're like, "What the fuck is going on?" So it's great.
These little hands, yeah.
I definitely agree with you on the whole issue of the CEO. I think the CEO has gotten to the time where, like, obviously Emmett has taken the time and he's been with the company since the very beginning. I think he's at his end where he just kind of needs to have someone else have someone else take over at this point. I think he's been with the company just too long at this point. And like you said earlier too, just regarding the whole Twitch is a conduit for Amazon's marketplace. Mm-hmm. You only come to Twitch so they can get you onto Amazon. That's what they're trying to do. Is basically
right. I agree. I completely agree.
That's what Prime is. Prime is to make you sign up for Amazon.com and then go, oh, I get an extra, a free Prime subscription. That's really cool. And it makes you sign up for Twitch. So
yeah, I completely agree. And also with Twitch CEO too, like, no offense to him, because I don't even think that him being there too long, I necessarily fault him for, but I fault him more so for the fact that, like, when he does events, for example, right, for TwitchCon, he comes out, he does a script, he's done. Mm-hmm. Like he's not an active spokesperson for the company by any means. Like when they have anything that goes on in the company, he is not the one who speaks out. Other people speak out. And I think as somebody who represents a company, especially as Twitch, where everything is new with Twitch, like the whole parasocial relationship dynamic between streamers and a community is completely new. They need to have somebody who leads the company who is an example. So Facebook has that. No matter how much you don't like Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook has that. You know what I mean? Facebook has him in lock as he is the person who is demonstrating the significance of the company. And he's the spokesperson who, when they make faulty decisions, he speaks out on behalf of them. Yep. Twitch, like the Twitch CEO comes out for like 2 minutes, he talks at TwitchCon, and then I see some random streamers that tell me about some stupid update that I don't care about. Yep. And it's like, that there's no, what do you want from me at that point for me to respect the CEO of the company? And that's not like an offensive thing. I don't mean that to come off as like offensive, but I mean that from like a business perspective. I think that is just a bad look overall for the company. I think it just looks
I fully agree with that. If you have someone who is in your company, you shouldn't have someone who just, gives that speech and leaves. You should have someone who's involved at every step. Like you said, Mark Zuckerberg is the person he might fuck up a lot, but he's always there to talk about it. He will talk about it if he fucks up. He'll talk about it if he's right. He'll talk about it if he's wrong. He's there doing something. Yep. He's there at least being involved with it. Even if he gets posted all over Facebook for memes and shit or Twitter, he's still there. He's still there.
Same thing with like most CEOs or companies too, or like bosses too. A boss is more respectable when a boss is actually working with in the company, even if they're not necessarily doing the nitty gritty. You know what I mean? And like like in my company, for example, we have the mitigation techs who go in like sewage crawl spaces. Okay, so our CEO is not doing that. He did it at one point, and he's not doing it anymore. But the fact that he even comes into the office and he's interactive with the office and he like works with the company to see you grow and to see the company grow is so much more of a reassuring thing that gives stability to a company than what the Twitch CEO does. Because right now I see an update on DMCA and they say, oh, we're not going to protect you as a streamer. And you go, oh, well, great. Thank you. And who told me that? Not the CEO. No.
Random person.
Not even the CFO, not the CTO, not the COO. I heard it from some random streamer who's named Joe Schmo, and he probably streamed first on the platform 10 years ago and doesn't really get that many viewers. You know what I mean? So he's not even a significant player, but he's grandfathered in, and he's somehow the one that's telling me. And that's like, I don't care. I don't care to hear that. I want to know from either a genuine streamer's perspective or a management of the company what the update is, what the significance of it is to my platform that I'm earning money from, and how it benefits or hurts me in the long term.
Yeah.
Easy.
I think
and he can't do that.
Yep. It is very confusing when you basically go to twitch.tv/twitch and you go to one of their meetings or anything they bring up or a stream they bring up, and you'll see different people every time, all the time. Every time you see someone different, you're just like, okay, who are these people? Like, I want the person up front talking to me. Make time for that in your schedule where you once a week go live or something. And you're like, here are the updates from me. You know, like, you are the face of a company. You are supposed to do that. Like, your job is to be the face. That is the job. So,
I completely agree. Yeah.
That's what most CEOs do. CEOs don't do as much as people think they do, but they earn the money that they do is because they take the shit that's happening like that.
They have more risk. It's more risk.
Yes.
Yeah. It's way more risk. I completely agree. And yeah, that's exactly how it is. But yeah, if you're not even taking that risk, why are you the CEO? Yeah. Because you're not even the one telling me what's going on. You're just like, I'm literally the CEO. Whenever decisions are made in Twitch, I lastly think that had any hand in it. Yeah. Because I'm like, yeah, you just seem like you don't care about the company at all. And then they just kind of do things. And I hear about it from Mary with brown glasses on Twitch Council. And I go, thanks, Mary. Like, it's just, thanks for telling me about this new emote update. I love that that's what you guys fixed this month. Wonderful.
I thought it was really fucked up when, like, the whole PogChamp situation happened. And
because they removed that?
So the guy basically, like, he was, he was the whole insurrection thing. And he was, like, very supportive of the whole insurrection. So they took his emote down, and then they go on to it was the same time as, like, DMCA was a huge issue. Excuse me. They're like, hey guys, guess what we're doing for the next 30 to 45 days? We're gonna do a new PogChamp every single day, and then you're gonna vote on it. It's like, cool. So you're taking the time out to do a PogChamp every single day. It's not that hard to do, obviously. You can get a PogChamp, you upload it, it's done, right? But that was a huge focus for them for those, like, 30-day period, 45-day period, however long they did it. And they were super psyched about it. They're like, yo, let's do this PogChamp. It's going to be so cool. We're going to vote on it and stuff like that. I'm like, this is what you're focused on. This is what you're focused on. Out of all the shits that's happening, people are getting banned from your site, and you're focusing on PogChamp.
You know, no one gives a fuck about funny to me though. You know why that's funny to me. One, I'm happy that they removed that guy, but I think the 30-day thing was really stupid, because the 30-day thing was stupid to me because when they were switching the emotes, I'm pretty sure one of the streamers that they put as one of the emotes actually had said something racist on his stream the day prior, and then people came at Twitch and said, why is he the next emote? And I go, that's so funny to me that they switched. I said, that's so funny to me because they screw themselves. Like that's what happens. But I thought it was funny that you bring that up, because I remember when DMCA was a thing, and at the same time Devin Nash had found out that they say VODs are not stored. Do you know that that's not true?
No, VODs are 100% stored. That's complete bullshit.
So I don't know if you, but it was actually found out because so he was on his stream, and I believe it was he had at one point, or no, there was a streamer that had been banned for actually showing a private area of himself on stream, right? Okay, so he's an inappropriate guy. Someone was able actually to hack into their database, but very easily, because it's a public server, it's not a private server. So very easily get onto this public server, pull the VOD and link it. So what he did is, while Devin Nash was live, and I was there for that stream, he pulled the VOD and then he linked it to Devin Nash through his Discord and said, this streamer is banned. Pull up his account. You'll see that he's banned. You can look up what day he was banned, what time, what he was banned for, and then watch that you can still pull this VOD. And when you pull the VOD, it says twitch.tv / your username, everything. So when it came to DMCA, everyone was like, you didn't technically have, so they had us delete our VODs, but you didn't technically save us because they can still pull the VOD address. Yep. So they're scanning on the database, not on what your channel is, meaning that no matter what, you can still get DMCA. Yep. Like, that's so crazy. Like I just don't. And then they were like, yeah, but we got to focus on this right now. And I'm like, I don't really care about the 30-day change. I'm happy you guys removed him, but maybe you could fix the situation with the open public server of everybody's VODs. Because what was it, Ludwig or somebody doxed himself one time and said now somebody can find that VOD. Yeah. Like you literally find that VOD where he accidentally doxed himself and pull it up. Like that's crazy to me that you could do that.
It's ridiculous how easy things are and how easy people don't. It's just so it blows my mind how easy things are, and then Twitch is just like, oh no, you're like, dude, hire these people who are finding this information, doing this information. Those are the people you need to put in those seats in your company. You know, when someone hacks into something, you shouldn't be mad at that person hacking. You should give them a fucking job to protect your company.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You should give them a job.
They just found a loophole in your company.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
those people deserve jobs. They don't deserve being shit on at all.
I wish I was a hacker. What would you hack if you could be a hacker? I know this is like you interviewing me, but I want to ask you, what would you hack? Like if you could be a hacker and hack anything in the world right now and get away with it, what would you hack?
Drugs.
You can hack like a bank?
Drugs.
The zero level answer there, bud.
No.
That's a zero level answer.
No, what would I hack? I don't know. I don't want to be. I don't want to say like Bitcoin or anything like that, because that's like everyone would hack that shit, right? I want something that's like a long-term solution for everything, because Bitcoin is not exactly a long-term solution for everything, because we don't know where it's going to go.
I agree.
Something that's like, I guess, kind of similar to the movie Office Space, if you've ever seen it before.
Yes, I've seen Office Space.
Okay, so like when they hack the computer, they fuck up obviously, but they take like, they're supposed to take pennies out every once in a while, and it's supposed to be very unnoticeable.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
I love that movie. The guy with the glasses makes me laugh.
Yeah, Michael Bolton. I guess that would be the best thing to hack if you did it correctly, where just no one ever noticed and you just had revenue flowing forever. I guess that would be the best thing to hack in a correct sense. But that guy fucked up really bad, obviously. But I guess that. What about you?
I would love to say I would go into Bitcoin, but I think exchanging with the Bitcoin would be a lot, because obviously once at the end of the year I have obtained that Bitcoin, if I wanted to transfer it into US dollars, there's a heavy tax that I'd have to file for, and I wouldn't want to do that. So I'd rather just hack a bank account, rich person's bank account, or just a bank, remove money, know I could get away with it, I'm solid, then I can buy Bitcoin. Z-Rob also said, I want to note, I would hack the McFlurry machine at McDonald's and make sure they're always working. Z-Rob, I worked at a McDonald's, bro, for a year and a half, and I can tell you that I don't give a shit how much you hack it, that thing will find a way to break. So you are not safe, my friend. It doesn't matter how much you hack it, you are not safe. That thing will find a way to break.
Nice.
Yeah.
Johnson actually makes a good point. He said I'd clear all debt. I would actually here's something I absolutely hate, and I've always hated, and I will forever hate, no matter if they get rid of it or not. I would probably hack the student loan company and clear every student's loan forever. Like, it would be one of those situations where it's like, oh, I'm borrowing money. It's like, yeah, but like it's one of those things where it clears when you leave school. Yeah. So it's like you accumulate it and you're like, fuck, I have all this debt. But as soon as you leave school, as soon as you have your diploma, it just drops off the face of the earth. That's what I would hack, actually. Fuck the bank account. I would cancel student debt.
Honestly, yeah, I agree. Fuck student debt, dude. I mean, obviously I have student debt right now, so fuck. I'm like,
Same.
Damn it, that's right. That's right. I have student debt. I forgot. Like,
yeah.
No. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. Fuck student debt.
Yeah, that's one of the things. I think it weighs down on, those people's brains so heavily. So,
well, also,
it definitely did for me. It still does.
For me, I mentally act like it's not there, and I think if I truly believe it's not there, then it won't be, right? I mean, they can only contact me but so much. They can only put me in jail but for so long. So
there's a thing about it, though, that's like really shitty about student debt, though, is you can't default on that like you can for most things. You can't bankrupt out of that. Like, you can bankrupt out of anything. You can bankrupt out of fucking companies. You can't bankrupt out of student debt, which is bullshit. Because I would have, as soon as I left school, I would have just bankrupt myself in the very beginning, completely just called bankruptcy, and then just, not had a credit card until I was 29, like when I graduated school,
Honestly, I will say the whole credit system is fucked up too, because even like me right now, when you pay off something, like, right now I have like a car loan, right? And when I pay off my car loan, my credit score is going to deduct points because I paid it off. Which
makes no sense.
No, but that's the thing, is because now I don't have that loan anymore affecting my credit, so I'm penalized for it. Rather than, I think if anything, it should just be neutral. If you want to play it that way, it should be neutral. It shouldn't penalize me to an extent where it's detrimental. Like, I think my friend said when she paid off her car, she dropped 40 points. And I was like, holy crap, 40 points because you did something good? Like, that's insanity. I don't understand that at all.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
well, just spank me while I'm walking out of the Carlin place, why don't you? I mean, geez,
well,
like,
Cinnabrit. Some people like that, so that wouldn't be exactly bad for some people. But
oh, I like that. Well, then don't do that. What do you say? Punch me in the face while I'm walking
yeah, no one
out
likes
of it.
being punched in the face. Well, there's some people who like being punched in the face.
There are some people that like that, actually, to be honest.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
people who like a lot of things.
I've lived in North
wonder-
Carolina before. I know there's some weird people in that region. So in
I wonder
the
if there's
Virginia.
anybody who likes or gets off to the idea of being heavily in debt.
Ew. No.
That's
What?
gotta be a kink, right?
Dude, if that's a kink, fuck all kinks at this point. There can't be. Oh god, that's so terrible.
No, now I want to know. Oh, dude, I'm definitely, my Google search later is gonna be horrendous. I want to let you know right now.
Are there
I'm gonna
any
look for credit score kink and see what comes up.
Fuck it, I'm gonna look it up right now. Let's do this. Credit.
It'll be amazing. I'm so excited.
I think if you Google credit score king, it's just gonna pop up people who like really high credit or something like that.
If you look up tax fugitive, Ludwig comes up.
Wait, it actually does it?
Yeah, do you know that? Google tax fugitive. He really does come up. Yeah.
Tax.
I'm dead serious. Tax
Did he do a
fugitive.
stream where his stream? Oh my god, it actually does.
He boasted about not paying taxes, and his chat
No.
put him up on everything as a tax fugitive, so it would come up more often. So now if you Google tax fugitive, it comes up. So he had to file his taxes. They said it was memeing, but regardless of whether he was memeing or not, that's not a fun look. When you get...
No, that's a bad thing to have tax fugitive, and that's the first thing that pops up is your face. It's him smiling too.
And the IRS don't play. Like they don't.
No, that's people you don't fuck with.
Even getting audited if you're not a tax fugitive is just stressful enough. So like, I just can't. He screwed himself. Like,
dude, there's so many people on here. But there's so many people. There's so many people. There's so many Ludwigs filtered in of tax fugitive. Oh my god,
yeah,
that
it's crazy,
sucks.
isn't it? Out of all those billionaires and everything, if you look up tax fugitive, it's him. I'm googling it right now.
Oh, there's such bad pictures of Ludwig too. He's taking way better pictures.
They're like, wait, look, and then it's next to this guy. Whoever this guy is, it's next to him.
God. I know he's smart because I've hung out with him before. I know he's smart. That's so bad that he would even bring that up. Dude, I would not bring up anything tax related like we're doing right now on stream.
Yeah.
Like when it came to my own taxes.
Right now.
No, but when it comes to your own taxes, you're not going to talk about your own taxes.
I love filing my taxes though.
What?
For whatever reason. I like filing my taxes.
Why?
Because I get stuff back, and so I'm kind of like a kid. Yeah, I'm like, that's why. Like, I'm like a kid at a candy store, and then I just am like, literally the minute I get my W-9 or W-2 or whatever it is, then I immediately like run to my little computer, and I go start typing it in, and I'm like, oh, pay the extra $50 to keep my info from the last time? Let's go! And then I file it. I'm like the first one filed every time. I never wait.
You are one of the rare people in the world. Don't ever lose that, because that's a good thing to have, honestly, is to just get your finances out of the way, but don't ever lose that. But that's very rare. Maybe I'm
money hungry. Maybe I'm just money hungry. I think that's
No, that's a good thing. You know how many people...
Well, hold on. Because if I wanted to pay a bill, I will wait until the last minute to pay those. So it is about the money. It has nothing to do with the responsibility.
What do you do? What do you do with the money? Like, what the fuck? Like, as soon as you get it,
I just like to have it. You know, I just like to just know that I'm like, yeah, you guys haven't filed your taxes yet. Oh, did you see all this? And then I stretch out my ones, like my stripper ones across, and I'm like, bam, you know. And that's kind of how I like to go about it.
If you're one of those people who just likes to have money, do you spend money a lot, or are you very like frugal?
I'm in between. It depends on where I'm at in my life. Yeah, I go through phases. Shut up, Gabriel. Gabriel in chat said yours are sushi. That's my one weakness. I do eat. Do you like sushi, Zach?
I love sushi.
Yeah, like I love
sushi and Chinese are my favorite, I would say.
I'm an addict for sure. Like I don't know what is wrong with me, but when it comes to sushi, I like have to eat it at least once a week or like once every 2 weeks.
Here's the thing about that though. See, at least it's not like, oh, I love, fucking Goyard purses or something like that. Because a Goyard purse, you just take it when you go out, right? It's not that big. Sushi and food though, you like food, you have to eat food. You're required to eat food to live. It's not that bad.
No, like my whole philosophy is, and I hate this, I actually learned this from my ex from years ago. But the way that I live my life now is like, yeah, for my food, if I want to eat something, I don't care or pay attention that much to the price of it. Now, I'm not out here buying like $100 steaks or whatever, but what I'm eating and what I put into my body, it matters to me. So if I want something that's healthy, that tastes good, I'm going to eat that. And I try to not go like really cheap or anything with my food because I mean, I have to put it in my body.
Yeah.
So I'm literally getting my nutrients from that. Yeah.
There's definitely a difference between like I always thought it was like a fucking weird thing, like, oh, get these eggs or get these eggs, and it's just like there actually is a difference. You can tell in your stomach and like gut region and stuff like that. You can see the
color of the yolk too, like the egg difference.
You definitely can. It's really weird. Like I had never believed in that until.
Have you ever grown your own plants?
No, besides weed.
Like vegetables? I love that for you. One. Secondly, I grew homegrown tomatoes a few years ago, but when I was a kid, my grandparents owned land in Western Virginia, not West Virginia, and they out there used to have a farm, so they have like corn they would grow and tomatoes and everything. And growing up, I learned the difference between the flavor of like a store-bought tomato versus a homegrown tomato, and it's a significant difference. Like, I mean, you can literally tell in the flavor of a tomato that's homegrown versus one that you buy in the store, and it's just so much better. It's so much better. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than it almost tastes like somebody just chalked up my homegrown tomato with MSG and said, fuck it. And then
I went to London and Paris like a couple of years ago, just by myself, just for funs. And the food there, way different.
Really?
I went to McDonald's just to try McDonald's in Paris, just for funs. I went in there. It tastes cleaner for some reason. I went in there and I was like, why does this taste better? Why does this taste cleaner? Why does this taste like it's so odd? It's so odd.
They have different clean standards and everything like that, and food standards in different countries too, which makes all the difference. It's insane. It's insane the difference it makes. Yep. What was the thing that I read that there's a certain percentage of chemicals that the United States allows in our food, that we allow in our food, that like countries in Europe will not allow, including like dyes in food too. So like the red dye in like hot Cheetos, like you can't, like they can't use that dye that we have in our hot Cheetos because it's so bad for you. It's so bad for you. And me, I'm like, hot Cheetos? Hell yeah. And then I eat a whole bunch and then I'm like, oh, yeah, that's really disgusting.
I did a stream with my friend where we tried like different Japanese foods and stuff like that. And she got I think it was regular Cheetos, like Japanese Cheetos. And I tried the Cheeto and I was like, this is way different. It doesn't taste very cheesy. And there's a reason why it doesn't taste cheesy, is because they're not using all that shit in the Cheeto.
Yep.
And I didn't like it at first, but then I started eating and I was like, oh wait, this does taste better actually. And then you go back to it and you're like, you can tell there's a huge difference between the cheese taste. It's so odd. So.
It's weird. It's weird the way when you go to other countries too, you can taste their food and you're just like it's things that you eat regularly in the US that there's such a flavor difference that you're almost like, there's no way. You know what I mean? Like there's no way that they... Dirt,
thank you, Dirt.
So much for gifting a sub to me. What the heck? Daddy Dirt in the chat. Welcome. Sorry. Daddy Dirt. Welcome in, man. I hope you're doing well. Hi. Sorry, I'm welcoming you. You just completely
took over my stream like I don't do it. It's cool. I like when people do that.
He gifted me a sub. I had to give him that. Cinna work.
This is why I have people on, so I don't have to do anything. Thank you, Dirt Dog. I appreciate that.
Just like, yeah, thanks, Dirt. I appreciate it. That was very sweet. Dirt is the best. Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys on like Gondox and stuff soon too. I really hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's taking some time off because I reached out to him recently.
Same.
So he's taking some time off to like get his stuff done, and so I'm so excited for him to come back eventually, because then I'll be like, yay. As far as I'm concerned, he's gonna come back eventually. So.
I was the same way. I actually reached out to him like, I don't know, a couple weeks in. I'm like, where the fuck is Doc? And then he's just doing his own thing. He's got some things to handle. So.
Well, because he had asked me the last week too. He was like, will you come on? And then we were supposed to do shows, and ended up like it fell through. And I was like, yo, like that's not. I know Doc can be like, you know, somewhat okay on his schedule sometimes and like be running late. But I was like, this is like weird. So I hit him up and he was just, he was telling me how he was like, you know, getting his stuff together and focusing on himself. And I was like, oh, I love that for you. Because he does do like so many streams. Like back to back.
Cinnabrit, he's been doing that for years.
I know. So now him having like a month off is like weird.
He's been off for almost 2 months now.
Yeah. And I will say, I remember when he messaged me and I felt really bad because I was like a newer streamer. And I thought it was a joke. And he was trolling me. So I said, is this a spam account? And that was the first message I sent to him when he asked me. And then I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I realized who you are. Yo, I felt so bad. And then and then ever since then, now I pester him all the time. Like I'm a spam account, so it's fine. But it was disrespectful.
Dude, his expression was probably like, you know how his emote and his channel is just like, bro, or whatever. He's probably, he probably did that face in real life when he saw, he's like, the fuck? This is a spam account, my ass. Check the credentials.
Knowing now that I know Doc as how I do know him, I think that's for sure the face that he made.
100%. He did make that face. I guarantee it.
I've totally been annoying to him too because I forced our friendship. I joke about it all the time whenever he's had me on, but I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, what's up, bestie? And I tweet him like we're besties, and he's always like, whenever I message him, he's like, why are you harassing me? And I'm like, I just want to be friends. And now we're friends. So I love that for us.
Doc loves when people don't shut the fuck up on his show. He hates silence. So you're like the perfect. You're like the perfect person, literally.
Yeah, I know. The last few times we were on there, he was like, "You're doing really well right now," because I would just keep talking.
Yep, he doesn't like silence on the show whatsoever because he's like, if there are this many people, there shouldn't be silence on the show, which makes sense. Like someone always should have a thought. There's like 10 plus people in there. Someone is going to have a thought. You always have a thought when you're on there.
It's so
always. Bad. No, it's fine. That's a good thing.
It's even like Curly Chris's. Like when I can't be in his chat sometimes when he even doesn't have me on, because I'll be on there like later. But when I'm not on there, I get FOMO, so I join chat. And then I start talking in chat, and it just gets chaotic. And then somehow I type like 100 messages in 5 minutes. Like the chat is mostly me just talking.
I do notice like if you and Ziggy Buckets are in the same chat and you guys start chatting back and forth with each other, it's absolute fucking chaos because Ziggy won't stop either. Like he'll talk. If it's you and Ziggy, you guys will both talk, and it'll just be like whoa. I'm like, oh my God.
Wait, but that's because Ziggy calls me his baby mama though all the time, and I don't know what. Listen, he started saying it because he said that I guess he wants my babies because I'm mixed, and he thinks we would have beautiful kids. So then he keeps saying I want like your kids, and he keeps calling me his baby mama, and then I'm like, where is this coming from? Yeah, and then so every now and then he texts me or he tweets me, and he goes, "What's up, baby mama? How's life treating you?" And I'm like, leave me alone. Damn,
Ziggy got balls. Holy fuck.
Oh, he's so ballsy, dude. But that's to be fair. You know Squalla, right?
Yeah.
When Squalla did his Squallathon, that's kind of how it got kicked off, and it got progressively worse.
Oh.
Because we would all just hang out in Squalla's chat constantly. And then we all became a small little Squallathon family of just degeneracy and inappropriateness.
Yeah, it's interesting how you form those groups on Twitch. Like you obviously have a bigger community that you're in, and then you have those little small communities that you form together, and then there's the community of like 4 or 5 people, 5, 6 people you talk to, and then it's just like, it's weird. You move those groups to different groups and other groups, and you just like meet other. Twitch is the weirdest shit ever, man.
Dude, I've been getting like, not to be like all sappy, so if any of them are in chat, just FYI, I didn't say this, but like I have been meeting so many cool Twitch friends that are like streamers recently. And I honestly have had the best experience that I've ever had on Twitch in the past 2 months than I did since I started streaming. Like, it's just because now I think it takes it when I start to have friends that are streamers, it takes it to a different perspective. Yeah. That is it's cool. Like, it's so cool to have friends. And I'm like, oh, you're streaming? You want to do this? And it's like a fun
collab.
I don't know. Yeah. Sprinkle on a little collab on there, a little zest, a little spice, and then you're just going. I don't know. I think it's great.
It does increasingly. I've heard times where people are like, "Oh, TwitchCon's boring" and stuff like that. I'm like, did you hang out with people? And like, oh no, I just went by myself. I'm like, you have to, if you actually get to know people via Discord, or you get to know people via other streamers, like it can be a lot of fun, legitimately. Like you can make your own goddamn party if you know people and you hang out with people either in Discord, Twitch chat, you start streaming with other streamers. Like it gets really fun with those people in person. So
Squalla jokes, because like when I was in his Squallathon, I had said, he has like a little group of friends that he hangs out with in Delaware too that are all in his chat. And I said, your friends seem cool. I'm going to take all your friends. And I was just joking, but I wasn't joking. And now I play games with them all the time, and we're all like super good friends. And they always joke me about that. But now, like, my friend group between all of them and like Tony's community and the Gondok community and everyone is just, it's been amazing. Except Wet Shrimp. Wet Shrimp is okay.
Yeah, I guess
He's kind of
sucks,
cool.
honestly.
Yeah, honestly, he's kind of cool, but like I feel like he's like not even that funny. And like, you know, sometimes he says things that I'm just like, you seem like a dry shrimp. Like, he seems like a dry shrimp. I don't know. It's just.
Yeah, that guy fucking sucks. I hate Wet Shrimp.
Yeah, that guy fucking sucks.
He plays a game named Tribes. It's like a game from 1998. He's like 65 years old.
I joined in on Wet Shrimp's stream one time, and I think the last time I did, he was talking about blowjobs right when I joined. And it was just too. I was like, well. Yeah, I said, yeah, I agree. I don't know what he's saying, but I agree.
Okay, but Wet Shrimp, I have respect for Wet Shrimp and him streaming, though, because he's one of those people who can also talk about nothing for hours. It's impressive.
Yeah, and the way that people just latch onto it is so crazy.
Dude.
He's literally talking about nothing, and you're like, yeah? And you're like, yeah?
And then people will stay. I'm like... And then I'll stay and I'm like, what's wrong with I think I have like almost 30 hours in his chat just like hanging out there. I'm like, why am I here?
I get that. That's how sometimes Tony's stream is for me, especially when I'm in Tony's stream. Like Tony sometimes will be talking about nothing and like it'll kick in where he's jumping from topic to topic and I'm like, what was the one thing he did? He turned his mic down and he was doing like some deep voice talking about how step cousins were doing each other at the family reunion in a song lyric. And that was like a weird thing to talk about, but somehow I was very invested. Like I was like, yeah, I want to hear this story, and it's just
step cousins.
And it was step cousins doing each other. What did he say? He said step cousins doing each other at a family reunion. Then he said, then the next morning they had to get in the same sack for a sack race, but it was awkward. But it was awkward because they had done each other the night before, and the man was not impressive. Like some like wild stuff. And I was literally laying in bed listening to him do this, and I was like, yeah, this is what I needed tonight. Like I was like, this is what I needed.
What the actual fuck, dude? Oh my god.
Yeah, he really went wild with that. God, we love his content here. We do. He really went wild with that.
It's too much. Always Dark. Well, actually, this is Black Phillip 87 asked, did you tweet a thirst tweet about Shrek? ?
Hi, baby Jess in chat. Can I answer that or no? I have to. I'll answer that question. Listen, the context is my Discord was talking about how Shrek was sexy. And if you haven't seen my tweet, Zach, occasionally I tweet things that are a little risque. I enjoy the attention I get from it. So I tweeted that I thought that not Zach, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say your name. I tweeted that I thought that Shrek was sexy.
Oh
I'm
no!
Sorry, Zach. I didn't mean to say your name. I'm sorry, Zach.
Poor Shrek. Poor
I
Shrek.
tweeted that I thought that Shrek is my ideal man, and they won't let me live it down. But to be fair, it wasn't even me. I don't ever tweet anything that's that crazy. So they're harping on it for nothing. My tweets are very innocent and sweet. You've seen my tweets, right?
I actually like to bring up your tweet. Funny you mentioned that. I like to do a segment where I bring up people's tweets, Instagram, and then clips from their channel. I'm going to go ahead and start with one of your tweets. It's actually not that bad, honestly. Let's go ahead and bring up your tweet. Here we go.
Sorry, what is the segment? Suddenly, I broke my ankle and I have to go to the hospital.
Well, you can just sit there. You can just sit there. It'll be okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm in a chair, I guess. Okay.
One of your tweets, this actually isn't related to Shrek, unfortunately, but it's related to the lover host. Literally, my DMs are flooded with compliments and love. Please do the same for other streamers, guys. Hey, they deserve the world. I want to know one really nice tweet you got, or excuse me, one really nice DM you got from that lover host, and one really weird one.
Oh, I got two. Okay, I've got two off the top of my head.
Okay.
One really nice one that I got was somebody had said how they appreciated the fact that that they love the fact that I like seemed somewhat confident, you know what I mean, when I was on there, considering who I was on there with. And I think that was something that I was trying to highlight to people when they were talking to me about it after. But like I got told I was going to be on the show 8 hours before the show was on.
Damn.
Like it was like I had no time to prepare. And all of the other streamers, because they were famous, knew ahead, so they had props and stuff, and like it sucked because I was like, holy crap. And also at the same time, like I was going through something with my family, so I had a lot of stuff going on in my life. And during that show, that was the biggest thing for me, was I was like, holy crap, I'm a nobody. Like like literally everyone on this show is a famous streamer, averages 10K plus viewers. Like what? And then I got on the show, and it was just cool that people like noticed that about me, and was like, oh, okay, like I can see she got on from the audition, but it's cool that she's able to stay this long, and like she had fun doing it. Because that's the other thing too, is they said I looked confident and I looked like I had fun, and I did have fun. Like it was really nice.
Yeah, you should have went further than you went, in my opinion.
No, but it's fine. But it's fine though, because it was rigged. You know what I mean? Like it was gonna.
Of course, it's rigged.
It was. Yeah, it was rigged for what it was. So it's not like a big deal. But it's a lot. Like it's really, and like when I joined in the call, like I watched Mizkit's channel, and I was talking to Mizkit like casually, and I was like, this is so weird to me. Like I don't know what that is about, and like I was just talking to him like a normal person, and I was like, what? Like I was like, you are saying my name right now? That's weird. You know what I mean? We can have a conversation about you and your stuff outside. Like we were talking before in all of our chats before the show, and or in the Zoom call, and I was like, I remember I was taking pictures and sending them to my best friend, and I go, I'm freaking out right now. Like I was literally taking pictures under the camera, and I was like, I'm freaking out right now. Like, what do I say? I wasn't acting like a fan. I was playing it cool, but like still.
You were fine on the show. I feel like you should have been like at least top 3. So.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
and
no,
then,
you were good.
A lot of people said that too, which was really nice. But like, it's rigged. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter to me. I had fun doing it. No matter what, it's a win. I could have gone off first round and it was still a win. So yeah, not many people can say they were on that show.
Nah, I'd be pissed about first round. If I ever get first rounded, I'm gonna be so pissed. Like first round is unacceptable.
I say that below key, but I did say right before the show that if I got voted off first round, I would be heated. So I say that, but I would have been mad too. Don't worry.
First round is unacceptable. Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, but if you're versing against like Connor Eats Pants and Mizkif and Captain Puppy, bro, I might have been a first rounder low key. Like I was like, the fact that I even beat Connor Eats Pants when he got voted off before me, I said, what's happening? I was like looking around. I said, what dimension am I in? Because that makes no sense to me. But it was like, it was cool. I don't know. And then the worst one was somebody messaged me and said like they just didn't like me on the show or something like that, and they didn't think I would be good friends with Pokey, and I was like,
that's unnecessary.
Well, I also was like is that supposed to hurt my feelings that like you don't think that me and Pokey are compatible? Like, oh boo-hoo, I'm gonna go cry. Like, who are you in my life? Yeah, oh my god, like I'm so sad that you inserted your opinion where it didn't belong. Like that's such a weird thing to me. But honestly, the best thing about the show was like people can have like negative opinions about it, and like Caprice had told me that, and she had said the best thing you can do is not read the comments. But I actually
accurate.
I didn't listen, and I actually read the comments.
Oh man, dude, you should listen to Caprice on that one. God damn it, dude.
But almost nobody was mean to me. Because most people saw like, yeah, I was like a little fish, and I was trying my best, and it was just really like I was new. And so they were so nice to me, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I didn't listen to her advice. That was probably bad on my part.
It's okay. I was on the show and I watched the VOD afterwards, and I was like, man, I did really cringe. Holy fuck.
Well, see, I live for cringe content, so if people think I'm cringe, it's like, okay. Prezzo made fun of me on a tweet, though. Yeah, Prezzo made fun of me on a tweet, which was weird because I thought I looked innocent, and Prezzo said I looked like I would crush a man's balls in a garage door or something.
I think that's a compliment.
Like, I don't know. I asked him if he wanted me to crush his, so that was my response to that tweet.
Good response. Fuck yeah,
solid,
dude.
Right? Solid. I'll step on him, but it's...
Jesus Christ.
I'll step on him.
Maybe Shrek isn't the true love. Maybe it's ball. Maybe it's ball stepping.
Wait, so you went through my tweets, and that was the tweet you selected?
I don't always like to bring up like shit on people. I like to bring up wholesome ones sometimes, and then I like to make it where it's just like different. Okay, so what I do is I look for a unique tweet. I don't look for the typical one like, oh, this is one where I'm like, you know, this one where like I want to have sex with Shrek. Like I don't go for I go for the ones that are just like there's something inside of it. Okay, I didn't say that. That's not what I said, but continue. That's just an example. It's just an example. I go for the ones that are kind of interesting that definitely need more context behind, because there's always something like this is a behind the scenes type of view. Like you're not going to say like, how often are you going to say all your DMs to someone? right? Like, how often are you going to say that? Like, this is an interesting perspective. Also, I don't like to it's this sort of subject that I bring up is kind of jarring to people sometimes. So when I'm like, I found dirt on you, people are like, oh my God, they expect the worst. So if I bring up something that's nice and that's not that terrible, then people are more open to it on what they want to say.
I see.
So,
Yeah.
psychology.
I'm constantly combative, so I was expecting you to give me something combative, and I would have to defend myself. But that's honestly, just how I live my life. So
honestly, knowing you, I probably should have went with the whole improv angle. Where now that I've gotten to know you a little better, I should have went the improv angle and probably shit down your throat. But I don't want to do that.
You see how I am now, so now you know.
Oh no, for next time, I'll definitely have the worst thing possible.
Wait, no, don't do the worst one because I've tweeted some wild stuff in the past few days, and I'd rather not relive it because now I'm a villain. I said my tweets in the past few days are my villain arc story.
Oh, I know what it is. I've commented on a couple things.
You think you are judging me for saying George Not Found is attractive?
Wasn't it Dream?
No, not Dream. I said George Not Found.
Oh, I'm just not a huge fan of the Minecraft community.
Or Clint Stevens. Yeah, somebody said, or Clint Stevens. Clint Stevens is one.
He's all right.
He's kind of hot. You don't think so?
He's all right.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess it's kind of weird to ask you those questions, but like, yeah, I don't know. I think I just like gamer boys. I don't know what it is about like gamer boys. They kind of just attract. Is that toxic? I feel like that's toxic. Gamer boys are pretty toxic, right?
Not all of them. Not adult gamer boys. I guess.
I feel like the adult ones are kind of the worst, right?
That's fair. I'm thinking of examples now. And I'm like, this is.
Yeah. Now that you think about adult gamer boys, you're like, yeah, they're kind of the worst ones of the bunch because they're pretty degenerate.
Yeah.
To an extent. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they've had years of degeneration too. Now that I think about that, so.
Under their belt, then you start hanging out with them, and they go, "Oh, I have to make time for you." Nope. And I'm like, yeah, that's true.
I mean, there's some good ones, but there's not a lot of them. I mean, it's the exact world for gamer girls and guys looking for gamer girls. The gamer girls are toxic too, man. Just depends, honestly.
Am I toxic? I don't think I'm toxic.
Everyone in gaming is toxic to some degree.
I've never played League. I think that removes some toxicity from my life.
Yeah, I mean, League sucks, but
yeah, League is pretty toxic. I think if I've never played League, I think that removes some toxicity grade for me, to an extent, honestly. I
just don't play League because I don't understand it, and I'm not going to take hours and hours and hours out of my life to be 1/1000th as good as Tyler 1. I'm not interested.
What's the most toxic game you've ever played?
Trying to think where I actually got really mad and I was just like, I don't really get mad at games anymore. I guess it's Call of Duty is the closest thing that I get mad at now, probably. Yeah. But I don't play. I stay in the just chatting section pretty hardcore.
Do you do like more zombies when you play Call of Duty, or do you do like do you do
online? You do straight up online. Yeah, deathmatch with people. Just
do you do okay? You do. I was gonna ask you, do you do Warzone or like death matches? Was my next question.
Warzone, deathmatch, just anything that's up. Like my chat, basically purchased Call of Duty Modern Warfare for me, and I was like, okay, I'll play this, and I haven't played it on stream since, but I play with them in Discord, so.
I like to play games more on Discord too, because it's just nicer. Like, it's nicer sometimes when I don't have to like focus on a chat. Now, I will say, yesterday I played, got a little lit last night, and I was playing Minecraft, like I said, and I just couldn't focus. I was like, yeah, you guys are asking me too much right now for this game. Can't do it. And that was a Discord call. But next time I'll be better, and then I'll be sober, thankfully. And I can focus more on the game, which is just the better option. I don't know. It's just the better option. But I don't like streaming games sometimes for that reason, because I feel like depending on the game, it can take away from how much I enjoy it.
Yeah, same here.
And I hate that I feel that way.
You'll have to go from one angle where you're like, you'll just be like playing and shit like that, and you have to look at the chat. You're like, no. Yeah. You're just like, you can't focus, and like obviously you have to interact with chat because chat's just gonna be like, well, fuck this, I'm gonna leave. Like you're not like unless you're an expert gamer like fucking Shroud, no one's gonna watch you. Like.
Well, I also stopped caring when people said, oh, you don't game as much anymore. I also stopped caring about that because the very people that do that in my chat, when I do game, they're not there. And then they, like, one time, one guy came literally the day after, and he goes, oh, she still hasn't played a game. And I was like, if you really went back in the VOD, you'd see I played one yesterday, but I'm not even going to entertain that conversation. Because it's just, at that point now, I'm like, yeah, I can't make you happy. And you're not here when I am playing games, so I'm just going to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, which is just easier.
I'm gonna stop all the shows I do and just shit into a bucket for my content and see if people still watch me or not.
I'm sorry.
I'm hoping they do.
You're gonna shit into a bucket.
I'm just gonna shit into a bucket. Yeah, I'm just gonna all my VODs.
Is so interesting to me.
All my VODs are just gonna be me going, "Hey guys, what's up? Day one," and I'm just gonna shit in a bucket and be there. Like maybe it's a 10-minute VOD, maybe it's a 45-minute VOD, depending on what happens. So
solid response, dude. I love shitting in buckets. It's my favorite thing to do.
Oh, it's solid. It's definitely solid. Back to the more of the things about asking questions about other things. Just besides the clip, you have an Instagram post that I wanted to bring up and talk about a little bit. Why do you always? I swear to God, everyone gets nervous on these segments. I don't understand why. They think I'm not
nervous.
To like.
I'm not nervous. I'm questioning your.
Your eyes just went.
That's not a nervous eye. That's an interested eye. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Where are you looking?
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let me bring this up.
Hi, Wet Shrimp.
Oh no, that's the mistake. Where's it at? Where the fuck did I put it? Oh, there it is. Guest clip. So this is from your Instagram. This is from 310 weeks ago because that's when it was. And it says this is you when you're younger, I guess. And you were doing the 50 state song or the 7 country song or some shit like that?
Yeah, I was doing that. Yeah, North America, South. And then the 50 states. Don't even get me started on the 50 states because that's the best song I know. I know the best song ever.
Okay, I want to play the clip and then discuss it more. Here we go. Here's
go ahead,
you as a child. Here we go.
Yes. North America, South America, we can't stop. Europe, Asia, Europe's on top. Africa, Australia. Yes. Okay,
there's the clip. Lovely clip. Thank you for that, young Cinnabrit. Why were you doing this as a kid? What got you into the country so much? What is the context behind this entire thing?
I had to learn it for
Instagram?
school, and I still know to this day. North America, South America, we can't stop. Europe, Asia, Europe's on top. Hold up. Africa, Australia, they both begin with A. And don't forget Antarctica at the bottom where it lays. And then that one, and then the 50 states one I learned in school. And the 50 states one is the best one I've ever done, by far.
Is the Alabama one, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know the country one. I never learned the country one.
You don't know that one? Do you know the 50 states that rhyme? Do you know it?
Yeah.
Can you do it right now?
The song, Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut. That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it.
You're the only ever person I know that does it.
Really? I learned it.
Every time I ever sing this song, they go, "Why do you know that song?" And I'm like, "Why would I not know that song? It's the 50 states that rhyme."
It's helpful.
Bro.
It's definitely helpful.
Alabama, and Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, and then I start hitting it, and they're like, "Oh shit, she's spitting bars," and then it's like, it's the craziest thing they've ever seen. If I do that at a party, it's like it's the biggest thing I've ever at any house party. I did it only once at a house party because somebody asked me. And it was really awkward, but it got everyone lit, so it was cool.
You do that at house parties? Holy fuck.
Wait, it was requested of me, and we were all drunk, and we were acting like we were rapping, and so I thought, okay, I have bars, and they said, what's your bars? And my friend was like, do the 50 states, and I was like, all right, 50 states that run it. And then I was drunk, and I ran it 50 states.
Oh my God.
When I tell you, I'm pretty sure I got lifted in the air at how hyped the group was. I mean, it was legit. Yeah, I mean, how could you not see that as a flex? That is a flex. Thank you, Sean. It's a flex.
I love it. You are the biggest nerd. You go to parties and they're like, oh, rap some bars. And you're like, let's do the fucking 50 states. I'm down for learning, bitch.
Let's do the 50 states, son. Drop that knowledge on that ass. You know what I'm saying? And then just spitting bars with my little hands going.
Do you rap? Have you ever rapped before, or like for fun? Because I do. If I do fun rapping on my channel sometimes, like freestyle, I'm terrible at it.
No, I talk and it rhymes. My chat likes to call it rapping. They have a few clips of me doing like stupid raps, but I cannot actually rap by any means. No.
It's funny that you bring up clips from your channel as a good transition. Let's bring another clip from your channel. Here we go. That was the Instagram one. Let's bring up the other clip from your channel. God, I love these segments.
What's the clip there, bud? What clip are you bringing up there, bud? Hi, bud. What clip are you bringing up there?
Streamer gives a message to all of us is the context. This is one of your top clips in your channel. I thought it was interesting. You kind of just went on a rant here. There's no embarrassing ones.
It was a long rant, yes.
It's a good rant, though. I want to know more about it after we watch it. Are you ready?
Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, I'm watching it with you.
Here we go.
Remember when they said I couldn't dance at home?
Just gonna awkwardly look around like I wasn't talking shit on people.
Let me just say right now, let me talk my shit real quick. Shout out to all my exes because they can all kiss my ass. Shout out to the guy who also dated me for a joke in high school, and then April Fool's me when it came around and said that he got dared to.
Look at my hands going.
You can kiss my ass. Shout out to the guy who asked me to the dance, and then also turned around and said, "JK, I'm just messing with you. You're ugly as shit." Also, shout out to everybody that has ever been real shit to me in my life because I don't fucking hate you. I forgive you because I don't hate anybody. And all you can do at the end of the day is watch me go up with my little community because I'm
still
super
going.
happy.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, it was still going. I want to know more. Like, first of all, I want to know, someone dated you as a joke?
Yes. So up until my junior year of high school, I wasn't like normal until high school, right? So until my junior year. So my junior year is when I started like kind of making like more normal friends or whatever. I was really awkward growing up. So when I was younger than that, I got like bullied or whatever. And then some kid that was like a popular kid in my school, he acted like he liked me and asked me to go on a date with him, or like a hangout date, you know what I mean, as like kids do. And then when I would go hang out with him, his friends were there and they were like, "Oh, we're just kidding. Like, it was a dare. Sorry." Yeah. So it kind of sucked. It hurt my ego. Yeah, kids are really mean. It's cool. That kid's in my DMs today and I don't respond. It's okay. I read them and I don't respond, so he knows that I saw it and I'm asserting dominance. Yeah, but so it's like, so I had that happen twice. I had a kid ask me to dance and he was like, I did it for a dare. I was kind of awkward. Like, I had jacked up teeth. I didn't get like titties till I was in my junior year too. That's probably part of it. So like, it was just a whole, I don't know, it was a whole thing. But anyway, so like this clip though came from, obviously it was right after I was really dealing with something that day. So I was having like a really emotional week. And Pokey had posted the highlights from the Lover Host.
Okay.
That same day. And it was just weird to me because I really do like Pokey, like as a creator, and I like her stuff. And so like, I never thought that I would see her on, or see me on her channel. You know what I mean? Like, why am I on there? And so it was just really cool to see that. And I was like, I don't know. Then I went live because I wasn't planning on going live that day. And I was just saying like, I'm really happy for this. And then I was like, I just started going off on this rant about how I was like, yeah, all these people that wronged me, like, that fucking sucks to be you. Because you can just watch me do better, and I hope you feel bad for the rest of your life about how you treated me. Not really. They're not going to feel bad. But like, in the moment when you DM me and you see that I read it, I hope you feel like a dick. Because you'll know that I didn't forget about that shit. And I'm not going to give you the clout now because of it. Which is really nice. It's like a good feeling, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I was going to say that doesn't make a lot of sense to me because you are an attractive person and then you have a great personality. So I was like, that's kind of mind-blowing that someone would do, like you said, kids are pieces of shit, obviously.
Dude, people are shit. The last relationship, I told my chat, the last relationship I had, I got broken up with because he said I'm not attractive anymore. Which is fine. Like, that's fine. But just people are pieces of shit. Yeah. Like, he just said physically I'm not attractive anymore. I was like, okay. Yeah, like I was like, okay. It's just because to me, like people are just gonna wrong you no matter what in your life. So I don't block anybody, I don't harbor any resentment, but I just sit there and I just go, cool, well, I can't wait to shit on you when I'm doing the things that I want to do in life and you're living the sad life that you are complacent in living, I guess. I don't know. It couldn't be me. And I don't like to think about like ever just being like complacent in my life. And I don't put up with people who treat me like shit. So
I was going to say that's only going to motivate you to you seem like one of those people. You and I seem similar in the way where if someone shit talks you, we're probably going to come back 10, 15 times more harder. And if you get fueled by shit talking, you're not one of those people who get bogged down by it. You're just like, hey, all right.
Yeah,
you'll see.
Like to me, I live for people telling me I can't do something because I go, okay, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. And every time ever since somebody said I couldn't do something, I did it. And that's not like to put myself on I'm not trying to be what's the word? Not conceited, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not putting myself on this pedestal of like, I can just be better than everyone. But like any ex who's ever treated me like shit, again, I don't block them. Because I'm like, you guys have fun being shit people. And you can visibly see me do better for myself. And I hope that sucks. Yeah, I hope that sucks.
You're understanding your self-worth. And it's kind of like the song, you ever heard the song Gives You Hell by All American Rejects before?
Love it. I love it. Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah. Very, very, very similar to. It's a great song. It's like payback is a bitch. I hope it gives you hell when you see me.
Dude, this kid in elementary school. When I was in elementary school, I told this kid I had a crush on him. I'll never forget his name, and I won't say it, but I remember his full name out of spite. And he kicked a soccer ball at my head when I told him I had a crush on him in front of the class.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So then, I had a weird childhood. So anyway, because he did that, I never forgot it. I actually switched elementary schools 2 years later because like I felt like I was like really awkward at that school. Anyway, circle back. He is a Chad. Circle back. Anyway, now what was it? My 2 years after I graduated high school, suddenly this MFer comes up in my DMs and is trying to hit on me, and I was like, oh yeah, sweet revenge. I was like, sweet revenge.
Oh, it feels so good. Yeah, DM me. Yes.
Yeah,
send me that dick pic that I'm gonna look at and make fun of on a show that I do, and then I'll make revenue off it, you stupid bitch.
I should have flirted with him so he'd send me one so I could laugh at it. Is that
oh, dude, that would have been so poggers. You would have. Oh my god, you would flirt with him, flirt back, and be like, and then just like censor out all his name and stuff, and then bring it on chat and be like content, and you make money off that content.
Watch me get banned immediately.
No, not if you censor everything out. Fuck that. If you censor everything out, I did that yesterday with an email from one of my previous roommates. I read the entire email. It was ridiculous. I censored everything out. It was fine.
Yo, I do that too. I tell my chat crazy things that happen to me during the week because I go, how does this happen? And then I tell them the story, but like I'll censor out anything that like docks myself or something. Exactly. And then I just tell them, and I'm like, do you guys like? I'm not the only one who thinks this is like ridiculous, right? And then they go, no, we agree. And I'm like, okay, cool, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one throughout the day that I feel like I'm being normal and the rest of the world is just on one, because there's just no way.
Yeah, no, I'm that way. I'm that way where I'm just like, okay, I like you go through all the situations, you ask multiple people, and you're like, am I being fucking crazy? And you realize, no, this person's fucking crazy. It's not me.
With the cousin thing earlier about with him announcing that was one of those situations. Like I was like, yeah, how is it just me that feel like this was inappropriate? And the rest of the family was like, oh, congratulations, in the group chat. And I was like, are y'all like all smoking? Because there's no way. Like there's no way you all don't see that this is weird, right?
Give it a day. Give it a day to at least announce that you're having a baby, not the same text thread.
Yeah, I really think you'll be good to wait till tomorrow to announce that, yeah. And the worst part is like it's a baby out of wedlock with a girl he barely knows. And somehow I got yelled at for saying, holy crap. I'm like, what? Like, I literally was telling the story, like I was like showing them, and I was like, the progression of the text. And I said, what am I supposed to say? Like,
Cinnabrit, do you know Jesus disapproves of you saying holy shit out loud? But not when that baby is out of wedlock.
All of God's children are loved, okay? Even those ones. But not me when I say holy crap. You best believe when I said it, grandma was on that ass, and I'm like,
I dated a girl who was religious in a religious family, and every time I couldn't say Jesus Christ around the family at all. They just
say cheese and rice.
I didn't. I just exited that phrase out of my entire vocabulary. But I couldn't say that because they're just like, oh, it's kind of weird. Like you could feel their uncomfortableness with it, and I was just like, are you fucking serious? I can't say Jesus Christ.
Oh,
what if I'm
you
praying?
Should meet my grandmother on my mom's side. If I say yeah, cheese and rice is a way to alternate that, but it really doesn't matter to them because one time I said darn it, and my grandma said don't say that, and I said why, and she said that's the cousin of the bad word, and I said what? I was like
fucking hate it here.
Yeah, and I was like what? And then I mentally clock out at that point. When that happens, I mentally clock out. And I say, all right, my body's here, but mentally I'm leaving. So you guys enjoy.
No, Cinnabrit, because then it's like, why aren't you talking at all, baby? And you're like, I hate all of you. Why aren't you talking? I wonder why.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm just gonna sit here and just exist. I'm honestly really good at turning it on and off though. But to me, I just didn't think that like the crap word was gonna get me in so much trouble. I really thought that one was censored, and it wasn't censored enough. So I was like, oh, okay. I should have hit her with a weird champ. I just should have texted her back, weird champ, and see what she says.
Dude, she probably would have looked it up. Like, what the fuck does this mean?
If I would have texted her weird champ, she would have just called me and yelled at me. Yeah, I should have hit her with a weird champ. I should have been like, man, you need to be more poggers. What you're doing right now is not poggers, Grandma. And
you're not being very poggers or pog champ at this moment. I think you need to stop being weird champ and start being, hypers. I would like to see you be more hypers at this moment.
Yeah, and I'd be like, Grandma, can you just jammies sometimes and just enjoy yourself. Just drop a couple jammies and just enjoy. And then she'll just be like pissed off more, and you guys will never hear from me again.
I just want to see some.
You guys will never hear from me again.
You should text back to that thread and be like, yo, can I see some lol W's in chat? Like, what the fuck, dude? I don't like those.
I said, because in Squall's chat, we always say GG's when, like, you say GG's for, like, gaming and stuff like that. We also say GG's for, like, when something gets messed up, too. We say GG's. And we're just like, oh, yeah, you got GG. Like, you just, like, that ended you, basically, right? So we're using it in sort of a slightly different context, but still. Yeah. Anyways, we use it so much that it found its way into my vocabulary. So I was at work and I finished dealing with something with the bank statement, and I walked over to my the other accounting lady, and I was like, hey, this statement is done or whatever. I had to verify some stuff on it. And then I was like, she goes, oh, great, we got it done. And I was like, GG's. And then I walked out.
What did she say?
She didn't say anything. She just didn't even acknowledge it because I think she didn't catch it.
Okay.
Or she didn't hear what I said and wanted to act like she did. And I realized after I said it and was like, yeah, like that. Did I just say that in a workspace? I also called my boss bro, my CFO. But the CFO of my company is my direct boss. And I was like, bro, that's crazy. And then he was like, what? And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry.
I feel like you're a person who could get away with that, though. I feel like when you say it, people are just like, oh, like it's kind of weird at first, but when you say shit, it's endearing.
They
like
laugh at me. Yeah.
You have that demeanor about you where it's not like a threat when if you say bro. It's one of those things where it's just like, oh, it's like it has some sort of like,
And they know I'm not doing it to be disrespectful. They know I'm just a dumbass, so it makes it easier. Like the CEO of my company kind of treats me. His son is the same age as me and works with me.
Okay.
And so he treats when he actually met me, they brought me into their company because they met me at the restaurant I was working at, and he goes, "You're so charismatic. Do you want a job?" And I was like, "What does that mean?" Badass. Yeah, and so he gave me a job at his company, and so he treats me kind of like how he does his son, where they're very like, we want to see you flourish, like we want to see you do well and grow your career. And so when they talk to me, they're way more casual with me and a few of us in the company, and so we can joke like that. But yeah, definitely calling my CFO bro was like, I don't typically do that. And then I was like, bro, that's crazy. And he was dealing with something that was dealing with like an administration problem, and I was like, bro, that's really crazy. Like what? And then I was like, I'm so sorry. Like
Excuse me.
He laughs at it. Yeah, they just laugh at it, thankfully.
Like, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
That is GG's.
Thankfully. I mean, exactly. Yeah. I'm like, man, you just really GG'd me. And they're like, what?
Huh?
Yeah. And they're like, what?
The fuck did you say?
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what we say when we're in like Squall chat too. They're like, no, you're GG'ing me. Cause like you're just pushing them out of the game basically. And that's such a wrong way to use it, but it's not. So we're like, whatever.
Very, very Generation Z talk like that. That shit is cap, homie. Like, fuck that. Like, yo.
Yes, it's cap. I mean, you've been saying it's kappa.
I like saying kappa because it's like an older person way of saying it. Because if you just say it's cap, it's like, oh yeah, bro, it's cap or whatever. If I'm like, it's very kappa, or a very kappa. I stole kappa face from Kiara Kitty. I'm not gonna lie. She says kappa face all the time, so I'll say it all the time.
I love that. Content thievery is the best.
It is.
It's the best. Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, she'll just
saying
say
something is not kappa. I've been hearing you say that, and that makes me laugh because that's definitely like the older emote version of it.
Exactly.
But still, it's just fun to say.
I like the old person version.
Yeah, I like that you do that. How long have you been streaming on Twitch, by the way?
A year, 5 months, and 22 days.
That's what I thought. I thought it was under 2 years, right?
Thank God.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But then whenever people like announce and they're like, oh yeah, I'm the older person on Twitch, you know what I mean? Which I've heard you say that like a few times. Then you instantly, some people go like, wait a minute, are they like some of the people who streamed like years ago, or are you newer account? And I thought you were under 2 years.
I've been on Twitch for like 3-ish years. Well, I've been on Twitch since the very beginning. Like I knew about Twitch a long ass time ago.
Right, yeah.
Streaming, actually really streaming like consistently. It's been a year. I mean, I streamed Counter-Strike and Johnson watched me like once. But that doesn't count. In 2018, sometime in 2018, but I don't really count that. I only count like consistency. So literally January 1st, 2020. So, or December 31st, 2019.
By the way, I keep like forgetting that those tattoos are like newly put on your face, and I kind of want them to stay on there, like it's like a permanent look now.
Well, if you want to do permanent tattoos, it's only, let's see, how many tattoos do I have? I have like 8 pages, 10 pages, maybe 12 pages. I can put them all on at the same time if everyone has a lot of money in chat. So it's just,
and then they all just wait, but it would have to be a permanent tattoo though.
Oh, I'm not doing permanent ever. I don't have any tattoos. Do you have any tattoos whatsoever?
No, I don't. I want
Me neither.
one. You don't want one?
Oh, I wanted one a long time ago, but I don't think I want it anymore. What one do you want?
I want one on my top of my neck, down my spine.
Damn.
Which I think would be, it's immediately jump into the tender spots.
Fuck,
but like,
seriously.
I really want that so badly because, and it's not anything like big where it's like too big down my spine, but like I want it from like right here a little bit down. And the reason why is because like I just think it's really, I think those are like the prettiest tattoos ever. I think they're just like really nice looking. I think they're like not, they're not something where I'm gonna be like looking at it. I'm like, I wish I would have put that somewhere else. If whatever I get back there, you know what I mean? And so I kind of want that, but I've never gotten one because I'm scared of change.
I mean, if you have a nice back too, those tattoos are always nice. So.
Do I have a nice back? My back is okay. Like if I was gonna rate my back, I'd say like my back is like it's a dope back. Don't get me wrong, but like it's not like a 10 back. It's like, you know, it's like a 7 back.
7's not bad though. That's a solid number for a back. Like what are your rating scores on how good a back has to be or how nice a back is? Because I have a system of like back score.
You have a what?
I have a system for back score and how nice the back is according to myself. Like I have a personal preference. Like, do they have dimples of Venus? Like those little dimples like above on the back, above the butt. That's like a plus for me. And then if the back is very like has like a nice curvature to it, and if the back is also very muscular, that's also a plus to me. So
I'm never like, if we ever are around each other, it can never be around a pool. I want you to know, because I will cover I will wear a jacket, a winter coat, even if, because I don't want you to rate my back. I don't even want you to have the ability to look at my back and go, that back is not a 7. She's a liar.
I don't openly rate people's backs and go, hey, turn around and rate your back. I don't do that.
Yeah, but if you're thinking about it now I know you. Any man who has a system, you're looking at a girl's back and you're like, yeah, that back is a 6. No? You are doing that in your head. Don't lie.
In my head, yeah, but not like I don't personally tell people.
That's enough for me. That's enough for me, bro. That's enough for me. You're never invited to anything that I'm at with a pool. Never.
That's fine.
Also, if we ever go to any dinner event ever and you're ever around and I'm wearing a backless dress, I will wear a puffer jacket and I'll never take it off. Don't ever look at my back. Can judge it, please. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. That's all I'm going to say. Now I know. But now I know what to look out for. So thank you for the warning. I appreciate it.
That's just my personal preference. That's not like what every dude likes.
Like, are you into backs? Like, is that like?
I do like backs. I do like if a woman has a really nice back, and like it's a sign that she takes care of herself if she has a nice back. In my opinion, it really is, because back exercises suck. So
interesting. Okay. I didn't know that was listen, I'm like, you know, I'm in the single game right now, trying to figure out what men find interesting and what they don't. And I will take into consideration that a man might be looking at my back and going,
backs are hot. Well, okay, it's not like one of those things that like most guys are into. I wouldn't say it's like a common thing. Like most guys are like, when you get into it, it's like, oh, boobs or butt, like, right? Those are like things that guys like a lot. This is one of those odd things that I like. So
I do like it when people have like an odd thing that they like, you know?
Backs are cool. Angelina Jolie's back,
cool.
Super cool.
Yeah, she has a nice back.
She has a nice back,
like
right?
That bone structured look, kind of, right?
Kind of, but like she just has a nice back. I don't know how to explain it. I guess if we like went over like a chart of backs, I could probably show you.
They're gonna break it down to the symmetry of it. and be like, yeah, like he likes it because the collarbones hit at an angle that is visually appealing at this perspective. And it's like, yeah.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, I
like,
can see that.
Like when you see someone, like they have a really nice back and they lay down and then it leads to a nice butt. It's like, whoa, like everything's going right back there. It's awesome. Like, it's just like, I don't know what it is. It's just.
I think that makes a lot of sense, honestly. That's one of the questions I always ask on Gondok is like, is there anything weird about some guy you have? I don't know if there's anything weird I like about guys.
Back to your list stream?
That like specifically stands out to me, huh?
Guru just asking for a back to your list stream win.
Back to your list stream? I think that'd be a good idea. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. I just like tall guys, I think.
How tall?
People hate when girls say that. People hate
that's
when
because
girls say
when they say tall guys, like it's just like, oh, taller than me. No, most girls say like, oh, 6 foot plus, and then every guy in existence starts crying. So, what's your requirement for tall guys?
I was gonna say 6 foot plus.
6 foot plus, yeah. Like
and
most
it's
ladies.
not, and I don't mean it's like I would date a guy who is underneath 6 foot for sure. But I think like even in the last relationship that I was in, I went after that guy like first. Like he came in, he came into my restaurant actually, and I gave him my number or whatever. But I remember the first thing I did is he walked in and I was like, hey, I was like, hey, table for 3.
Hi.
Sure.
What's up?
Yeah, I was like, sure, of course, right this way. And then I brought him that way, and it wasn't even my table, but I sideswiped it and was like, yeah, this is my table now. And
I've done that at work before.
Yeah, and that's how I got into my relationship. So anyway, but that's like, I think that's honestly my thing. Is like I don't know why I just like enjoy it, like a tall guy. But then also like I think skinny guys are nice too. Like I don't like and I mean that like I don't like buff dudes.
Yeah.
Like guys that are really buff, I'm like, if you look like you can kill me by punching me, I'm not really into it, you know?
I've seen some dudes who are like super, super ripped and stuff like that and have gigantic arms and they're with like the tiniest girls. I'm like, man, that sex has to be weird as fuck. Or
if I have like I have a big forehead, and if your bicep is bigger than my forehead, I'm not into it, you know? Does that make sense?
I could just picture you going up to dudes in the club, like walking around, you're like, hey, what's up? And you're just like,
tilted.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Next.
Not this one. Yeah, not this one.
Next.
Yeah, next. I'm just.
Ooh,
I'm just
actually.
Maybe.
I like that.
It's not a bad measurement system, I'll tell you. It's worked out for me, so I mean I can't. It's worked out for measurement. Me. Yeah.
Forehead.
Like
go ahead. I'm sorry.
The tall, slightly toned guys are like my fave for whatever reason. Then they play video games and they get that little bit of toxic in them, and that's just how I.
And then it all goes downhill because you learn that all they want to do is game and eat fucking Cheetos and drink G Fuel, and you're like, God damn.
Yeah, then I realize I wasted my time. I'm getting no investment back in that relationship, and then I get dumped because I'm not attractive anymore. And I go, how'd that happen? And I'm like,
even though this dude's sitting over here with fucking Cheeto fingers and like fucking pissed his pants 3 days ago and he still hasn't changed it. Actual bullshit.
And then I'm like, how did that happen? Yeah. And then they're like,
I'm the problem? Yeah, I'm totally the problem.
They're like, you're not attractive anymore. And I go, excuse me?
I'm sorry, you haven't changed that shirt in 4 days. What did you just say?
I'm like, bro, you were wearing those shorts literally last week and you haven't cleaned them since because I do the laundry. Like, what are you even talking about?
God damn it.
Oh my God. But luckily I haven't been with guys like that bad though. Because I date engineers too, is what happens. So dating engineers is not healthy because I'm an engineer and I know how hard-headed I am because I always think I'm right. So then I date other engineers that always think they're right, and it never ends great. Yeah.
You need to have a person who's willing to compromise in some sort of way.
Yeah, it never ends great. It's very bad.
Also, Dirtnog makes a great point in chat. She's worried about having her back rated, but has a bicep forehead system. Yeah, thanks, Dirtnog.
Hey, Dirtnog, you want to get banned in my chat?
Damn.
Dirt, you want to catch a ban hammer real quick? Where's my hammer?
You wouldn't ban Daddy Dirtnog, would you?
I would do it, yeah.
Damn,
if Dirt's talking crazy, I would. Where's my band hammer?
Engineers are the best and we're always right.
Yeah, that's what. Are you an engineer, Dirtnog? Then yes, I agree. Engineers are the best and we're always right. And anybody who tells me I'm not, I literally want you to bring me a research paper with cited evidence as to why I'm wrong. That's how I have arguments with people. I will come to you and send you links of factual information, and I'll say, tell me that's wrong. And if you do, I want it cited. Like 100%, I want it cited. I'm such
this chick wants a bibliography in MLA format. What is this shit?
Oh, yeah, in one of my relationship arguments too, we started talking about something that dealt with astronomy. And I'm in aerospace engineering, but I do enjoy astronomy. Not to be confused with astrology, let me clarify. So I was talking about something with constellations, and I forgot. And then we started arguing about the process of a star and how it dies. And then I was like, this is a fact on it. And my ex was like, no, it's not. And I said,
mind triggered. Right to work.
So I literally ran out to my car. I pulled out my textbook, went to the page that I read that information from. I said, here's my site source. Why are you telling me it's wrong? And he goes, he's an engineer too. And he goes, it's just wrong. And I was like,
it's in the page.
It's in the, where's your cited source?
Oh, that author's wrong. That's the wrong book.
Yeah, so I went to bed because I was like, I'm not dealing with this man at all. Anyway, Jared, this is for you. It's a tiny band hammer.
Why is everything tiny in your life? Oh.
This is it, except my men. This is it.
God.
This is it.
That's kind of funny. I've asked like maybe 3 of my questions total out of all the questions I had just because we've been having a conversation. It's been awesome.
It's been amazing. I literally love having this right now. This is great.
Yeah,
this is my first ever interview. How am I doing?
You're doing great. Like, it's not hard to talk to you. Like I said, the biggest fear I have is bringing on someone, which I try to vet that first by watching their stream for a while, is not them not talking or just giving me one-word answers like, hey, where are you from? Chicago. What's your favorite color? Blue.
Damn, I didn't even have an answer for favorite color.
No, but you would have eventually came up with something and then expanded on why blue is your favorite color. Like, I have a reason why red's my favorite color because I like the color of blood. I like the color of movies. I like the color of like blood is like a symbol of, or not blood. Red is like the symbol of like it's like the symbol of passion and shit like that. That's why red is my favorite color. It's also a very beautiful color to put on anything and it very pops out very much and it looks good with black. It looks good with white. It's just a very good color in general. See, I have an answer for that.
I don't.
What's your favorite color?
Oh, that's fucked up.
No, I'm joking.
That's well, no. Now, my favorite.
You said you don't have favorites.
My favorite color is clear.
Clear is a color? The fuck?
Because I can put it over every other color, and then it shows that color. So it's equality. Does that count?
See, that was a creative answer. I like that.
Yeah, if you disagree with me, I don't care because I'm an engineer and I'm right. So
true. God damn it.
Disagree with me.
Yeah. The guy named the Russian name XNWHNX asks, "What is her stance on sugar daddies?" ?
I love them. Now, hold on. That's a weird phrase. I've never actually had a sugar daddy. I am accepting applications, so put them in. I'm kidding, but like, I'm not kidding, but you know, to joke about it though, for real. To not joke about it. I mean, I honestly don't care. Because I think sugar daddies or sugar babies alike, if that's how you want to spend your money, go for it. And if you are like, hey, I want to give you $100 if you come hang out with me for a day, then by all means, yeah, that's cool. And I'm not personally I personally don't have like relationships like that. You know what I mean? Where I'm like seeking that out, but other people's business is their business, and who am I to judge on it? You know, we're all a little weird, so we all have our things.
You're not seeking arrangements.
You know what's funny? It's funny that you say that name of that website because I just found out what that was from one of my rich friends. And then because I was single, right? And I was complaining about how I said this guy that was trying to talk to me was like, he was like a total D-bag. Yeah. And then she goes, well, is he rich? And I said, why does that matter? Like, because I don't think about stuff like that.
Is your friend Wet Shrimp? What the fuck?
No, it should have been shrimp. It should have been shrimp.
Literally, that's what he says.
Yeah. So then I said he was a D-bag, and she goes, "Is he rich?" And I was like, I said no. I said no, but I don't care. Like, why does that matter? And then she's like, you have to think about stuff like this. So she told me about that website, and I was like, what? And so then literally while we were on the phone call, she had me set up an account in order just to like, we literally went through, because she showed me, did you know you can filter through like net worth being like over $1 million?
Yep.
I didn't know that. So this was like, I'm not in the dating world like that. So it was weird to me. And I go, that's crazy. But I also never got on it because like, you know, I don't know. Just the idea of somebody who's like my grandfather's age talking to me just doesn't get me excited. So.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those places where you have to be really, 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 really comfortable with that type of shit, or it's just
Yeah, but is it legit though? Because if it's legit, I might have to reopen that account. You know what I'm saying?
It's a real site. You can get paid just hanging out with people. Like, it's legitimately real. You have to be careful though. Like, there's some, obviously it's one of those sites where they get vetted a lot. The dude gets vetted a lot, but it's also one of those sites where it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's real though. I've definitely seen it in documentaries a lot. I've never signed up for it because I'm poor. So,
well, what's funny that you say is because I'm poor, because the reason why I was able to get onto it is because I have a student account, and apparently if you have a student account, you can use it for free, premium.
Wait, what?
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Student account. That seems like it's really bringing in the interesting crowd though, too, doesn't it? Like, they really have a target audience. They really have a target audience.
That's what I was gonna say. If you let free student accounts, you're obviously going for the very, very, man, that's predatory. Holy fuck.
Yep. Yeah.
Jesus
and that's what she told me.
Christ.
She goes, use your student email. And I say, excuse me? Like, I have like business stuff that goes on in my student email. You want me to use what? And so now every now and then I see a secret arrangements thing come up in my student email, and I go, oh God. You're
like, oh no.
Yeah, I'm like, I mark them all as spam, so hopefully they stop coming eventually. So still really awkward though, regardless.
I just wanted to hang out on the quad and have ice cream at 3 o'clock. I didn't want this. Holy fuck. Oh God.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's so bad.
Zach, start going to community college and pay off your student debt this way. Oh my God, that's fucking genius.
That sounds like a good idea. Yeah,
I don't think there's a lot of sugar mamas though out there. Especially, I'm also too old at this point for that.
Oh no.
No. I definitely am. Like, they usually want the younger crowd. I know I have a market in the gay world though, because I know a lot of gay men like me. So if I shave my face and stuff like that, and I just do my hair and all that stuff, gay men.
You are a very pretty man. I'll give it to you. You're a very pretty man.
I appreciate that.
I'll give it to you. I won't ever say anything nice to you about it again, so just take it.
I'm basking in it.
Yeah, normally I'm going to slander you from here on out. Just FYI, I want you to know.
I actually prefer the slander. I think it's better, but that's just my it's kind of like when people are too nice to me, I don't believe that they're actually real people. I'm just like, you're not real if you're just this nice.
They're so nice, and you go, what? You're like, you got to be lying, because there's no way. There's just no way. Yeah, like, why are you calling me all these nice things? Just be mean to me. Slap me around. Not literally, but like,
maybe a little bit, but
maybe a little bit, yeah.
A little bit in the appropriate place, yes, 100%, but not randomly slap me around. I'm not down with that shit.
Randomly start smacking me around, please.
Yeah, I'm
just combative. Like, you can tell in my Twitter interactions, everything I do is combative, but I live for that. So not in like a drama way either, in just a fun way.
In a fun way, yeah. No, there's you can definitely tell just from your demeanor that you're not trying to actually like get pissed at anybody. You're just trying to start a fun conversation with somebody and like just have a banter back and forth. So
yeah, I live for that. Unfortunately.
Yeah, this is true.
Why did your door just open?
I don't know. That's a great question.
That was really scary. Well, that was really creepy.
That was weird. That's never happened before. I think there's actually a ghost in here. Huh.
It's me. I'm actually a witch. That was going to be my coming out witch story right now. So I just have superpowers that you didn't know about. No, to be honest, though, you might want to check for a ghost or something. Because that sounds really sketch.
Look, I'm okay with ghost. Maybe I had the door like only slightly closed and then there was like a draft or whatever because my friend,
she's
in the...
with a ghost?
Yeah, why the fuck? Ghosts are cool.
Look, what if it's like in your house and it's like haunting you? Zach, are you the person who's gonna go into the basement?
No, I'm gonna hang out with the ghosts and we're gonna randomly just hang out together and eat chips and salsa together.
Nah, bro. If you see some spooky stuff going on in your house, this is a legit question. It determines our friendship. If let's say we're all hanging out, right? Lights cut off in the house, some spooky stuff is going on, paranormal, it's hella weird. And then you're like, oh, I think that the ghost is in the basement. Are you going in the basement?
No, just leave. It's in my house.
Yeah. Like, are you going in the basement to check it out and assert your dominance, or are you getting the hell out?
I'll probably just wait till the morning or something like that and then go check it out in the morning and see what happens and put a camera down there, most likely, because usually the camera is the best idea.
Are you going down by yourself or with a group?
Well, if you go down by yourself, it's not a very good idea. You should always go down with a group. That way the ghost, if there actually is a ghost, will have like multiple angles to go after and won't know who to attack, so you can kind of like distract it at the same time. I played Phasmophobia before. I'm an expert, so.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm glad. As long as I'm just making sure, because I want to make sure you're not that person who's like, oh, a ghost? I welcome that shit. And then it's like, Yeah, like, are you good, bro? Like, you know, in scary movies where you see them make the stupid decisions and you're like, why would you even go in that basement by yourself? Like, you know what's gonna happen, right? Like, you had to know you were gonna die when you go in the basement first.
I mean, you shouldn't go in a huge dark place alone when they say there's ghost activity near there, right? Like that's always a bad idea in general.
I mean, you say that, but then I watched this movie VHS recently. Have you seen?
Oh,
the movie
I love VHS. I love VHS. I love VHS and VHS 2. VHS 3 sucks ass.
Wait, there's a VHS 2?
There's a VHS 2, and it's better than VHS 1. Go watch it tonight. I think it might be on Amazon.
Friends.
Yeah, VHS 2 is.
Friends to watch it with me.
The stories in VHS 2 are better than the stories in VHS 1.
Oh my gosh! Wait, the reason why I say that is because I don't like scary movies. I'm really scared of scary movies, and so my friends were trying to convince me that scary movies are not that bad. And so they were like, you just have to learn to laugh at them. So we were drinking wine, and we all were like, let's watch VHS. And I got like, really drunk. Yeah, but I got like really drunk too. So it was like way funnier, the commentary they were giving also. But they were giving such good commentary that like I was just laughing the whole time. The whole time on VHS, I was like, why? At one point during the movie, this girl was like, I think there's something wrong with my arm. And she was like digging into her arm. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And I go, why would she do that? Leave the house, bro. Like, you saw a ghost in your house yesterday. Go home. And it was just like a great experience. VHS really just made me feel like better about scary movies because I could laugh at it. It's so funny. It's
one of my favorite modern day horror films. I think it's really well done with like each segment and stuff like that. And it's not too long and shit like that. VHS 2 is infinitely better. There's a segment where I'm under the impression that Asian people do the best horror shit of all time.
I agree.
So there's like a segment at the end where it's like a Japanese suicide, like mental hospital thing. It's really good.
There's a reason for that though too, I will say. Even though they do provide the best like horror content, a lot of their content is based off of traditional folklore and cultural folklore that goes on in their society, correct? And like that's
why it's good.
Now, not only is it good from that perspective, it's also that the United States specifically, a lot of people in the US have a hyperfixation on like Asian culture and especially scary folklore stemming from Asian culture, which then only further illuminates those stories when they come out in theaters and you go like, whoa, that's so weird that exists within their society. Like that's a story that like kids were told at some point in their history. You know what I mean? Like that's so weird, but I just think
the shit's really real freaky too. Like it's really freaky usually.
Super weird. But honestly though, I hate scary movies. I'm the type of person that I hate scary movies, but I have like morbid and paranormal curiosity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you got a part of your brain that's like gotta do this even if I hate it.
Yeah, because even though it grosses me out and it's disgusting and I hate it and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to see people get killed in a movie. At the same time, I'm like, that fear is so interesting to me. Like what, like why is that a thing in the world? You know what I mean? That people have experiences like going through stuff like this or like scary stories. Like where did those stem from and why did they stem from this place? It's just so weird. I don't know. It's not even a high thought, but it should be. But it should be.
Recommend. Does Godzilla count as a horror movie? I'd say so, kind of, actually. In a way. I'd say it's sort of like an action-adventure horror.
Is it?
I mean, I don't think Godzilla's scary whatsoever, but I think it depends on what Godzilla do you watch. Are you watching Godzilla versus Mothra? Are you watching Godzilla Attack a City? Are you watching the 1990s version of Matthew Broderick with Godzilla?
Any of them I don't think are like too scary, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's scary to an extent, like something that
like a thriller?
I think it's more of a thriller, yeah, I guess I'd say.
Okay, a thriller makes sense. I think that like when I think of scary movies, I think of movies like that are jump scary. No! Or the Saw movies? God, I hate this. Of any movie that I hate, I'm gonna make this clear right now. If anybody ever shows me a Saw movie, they're my mortal enemy. Because Saw movies are like the worst movies in the world because they're so scary.
Number 1's really good, but after that it's kind of shitty because the story is kind of just like blah.
Well, no, it's like there's the one where the lady had to like jump into the pit of needles and get the key, and like that's so stressful. Like, why would you do? And the thing is like I know it's crazy, but like I know it's crazy, but like I just don't. I don't know. So my dad used to bribe us into getting up to stay late because he wanted us to watch scary movies. So he asked us one time, and we asked to stay 30 minutes later. When we were kids, he said, "Hey, if you watch this 30-minute Saw clip, I'll let you stay up a whole hour."
Man, that is an interesting way of parenting.
But his idea was that he raised up. He wanted 2 boys, he got 2 girls, and he wanted us to be like more like man up about it, so that we could watch scary movies with him. Yeah. And instead, it just scarred me for my whole life, and I can't watch those movies because they freak me out. And I was always scared somebody was going to kidnap me and make me dig through a pit of needles, to find the key. Or put a key behind my eyeball and make me pull out my eye. Ooh.
Yeah, it's just horror porn at that point, right? It's just like people who like shit is just way too much in general.
It's morbid curiosity, but also then I have that a little bit because then I go, that's so weird. Why would somebody do that? But I think more so I want to understand the mind behind the action, not the action itself.
Well, I mean, the whole reason Jigsaw is doing that stuff is obviously, I mean, he says it all the time. He's just like, yo, I'm doing this because like you've been bad in the previous situation. This will teach you to, respect your life or respect what you had.
If I've been bad in a previous situation, just spank me. Don't put me through a pit of needles. If I've been bad, just throw me a spank and send me on my way. Don't put me through a pit of needles.
You guys
keep on my eyeball.
You guys heard it here first. Cinnabrit and Jigsaw and spanking adult film. It's just gonna be Jigsaw spanking Cinnabrit for fucking 20 minutes straight. That's all it's gonna be.
Why are there dots in chat right now?
You can exclusively find this on Cinnabrit's channel. If you pay $5 for a sub, she will be showing that someday. I can't say when, but someday.
It's just the forever forbidden content. Forbidden fruit is me and Jigsaw just.
Oh really, God.
Nothing inappropriate though. It's just that, yeah. But the Saw movies are or the other movie. What's the other movie? That's the Jeepers Creepers one.
Angels in the Outfield.
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, okay.
No, Jeepers Creepers. I don't like it. I don't know what it is about that movie, but that movie it pisses me off when I think about it. It's so scary.
Hugh Johnson in 3, 2, 1. No. I was just talking about this with someone in my chat the other day. Well, he brought the situation up. Did you know the guy who wrote Jeepers Creepers, all 3 of them, was actually what was he, Johnson? A convicted pedophile or something like that, and people still worked with him? Something like that.
He's a dick too then, because he created a stupid movie. That's scary.
Yeah,
so,
something like
well, he's a dick also, but then that doesn't. He's probably a weirdo for that movie.
Well, yeah, because he did the Saw movies and he's also a convicted pedophile, so I think it's pedophile, right, Johnson?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but isn't that? Thank you. She said, "Isn't that most of Hollywood?" Which is true. Yeah, a lot of them do get in trouble for that stuff, though.
This is a mirror, though. This is a mirror, though. She claims to have the only good sex she's ever had was with a ghost. So take it with a grain of salt. God damn it.
Amira. Yeah, I relate to that, girl. I understand.
I no longer want to speak to Cinnabrit anymore.
I agree. I think that really, I think that this might have been, you learned a lot from me in this interview. And I learned a lot about you, Zach, in this. I think we really made some headway on our friendship. I would consider us besties now, moving forward.
I was going to end in 15 minutes, but if you want to wrap it up right now, it's cool.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just calling us besties. I'm not wrapping it up at all. I love that we're here right now.
That seemed very finalized. It gave the notion of finalization.
Oh, no. I just wanted you to know that we're besties.
I mean, we have related to a lot of subjects where I mentioned VHS and you didn't know there was VHS too, so like you're welcome.
Yeah, you changed my life, to be honest, right now. When I watch VHS 2, I'm going to think about you the whole time and your Hello Kitty stickers on your face.
Dude, number 2 is so much better. Number 2 is so much better. In my opinion, it is. It's so much better.
I think I just didn't understand because, listen, I said I was drinking a lot during that movie too. Because we were drinking Mario Kart before that. So all of us were drunk. All of us were drunk.
Drunk Mario Kart, nice.
Yeah, and so then after, because we weren't streaming any of this either. So we were all super drunk because we were just getting belligerent at that point because it was our group. And so then we're getting wasted. And after we watched VHS, and I remember thinking at some point during the movie, I was like, what is the plot line here? Because it was just a bunch of clips of people dying in random ways, and I didn't know how they were dying. So I was like, what is the storyline? Yeah,
it's just a sequence of things. That's all it is. It's kind of confusing at first, but when you're like, there's no linear story, so.
Yeah, and I'm just like, normally I'm very like coherent, and I can like track that stuff easy. And during that night, I remember I was like, at some point there was a vampire girl, and then there was like a ghost person in the woods, and I
Yeah.
was like, and then there was a lot of boobies, and they weren't even like the good boobies. They were
Yeah.
like the okay boobies that I was like, what side am I on right now? Because
They
this
were
isn't
the-
the boobies I want.
Yeah, the sexual assault in the very beginning of the movie is not that great, where they're just filming. There's just dudes running around, and then they're pulling out boob. You're just like, all right, this is kind of weird.
Yeah, and then they go to the hotel room, and that's where the vampire lady like is like
Yeah.
making out with them. Then she starts like eating the dude on the bed, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
It goes from midnight to 100% 6 o'clock, like really quick when she starts like taking her shirt off. You're like, whoa, midnight, and then like as soon as she starts eating them on the bed, you're just like, oh man, 6 o'clock, this sucks.
well, it's like for me too. Then it was like there's the other one where they're at the lake, you know, and they're like skinny dipping in this lake, and
Yeah.
I'm like, man, there's like these pale, pasty cheeks on my screen, and then suddenly the dude just gets whoosh, died, and I'm like, oh, and it's by like an invisible force, you know what I mean? And then yeah, and he was like pale, pasty cheeks again. Another one was, and then that dude died in the movie, and I was like, what is this plot line? Because I know that there is one, but we didn't know, and so yeah, I don't know.
It definitely seems like one of those movies where it's just like someone put this together and like this'll work, right? And then it kind of did, so they made more of them.
Yeah, that's true. And that is kind of how it seems, at least. Isn't that how most of the movies are? Like, you're like, yeah, this works, and then...
I mean, like a lot of movies though that are made, they have some sort of like notion toward them, or they have some sort of plot line that you're like, oh, we're getting to this. But VHS is definitely one of those like, oh, sequence. The point of this movie is that there's a whole bunch of sequences. That's it. Like there's no like final end result of anything. It's not like there's no final end result. It's just sequences of things. So
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. I'll give you that. It definitely is like just a little bit of bunch of clips, and then at the end it kind of ties together. You know what I mean? Because you can see like that's how they found the VHS. But it's I don't know. It's an interesting movie, but I love
like
it. It was
it.
something that made me kind of enjoy like a scary movie for once. It was mostly my friends though. You know, like them
This is
making
the
jokes
commentary.
the entire movie. Yeah, the commentary the whole time. When one of my friend Sonny was like, what are you doing? And like one of the back things, and I just go, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. And I love that we had that banter going on, because it just makes it more fun. I love it.
But do you always talk during movies, or do you is it just like when you're drunk or whatever, or is it one of those things?
No, yeah, like typically I'll just watch the movie, but hold on. Up until recently, in my past relationship, we had a thing where we could talk during the movie, like we both didn't care.
Yeah.
So like we were watching one superhero movie, and I remember my ex turned to me and he goes, watch, this superhero is gonna do this. And I was like, dude, I fucking know they're about to do that. Like we were just predicting it, but we're whispering to each other, and that was our thing. But I know that like most people don't like that. So most of the time I won't do it unless it's a spoken rule and everyone's like, yeah, I don't really care. And then we're all going together now. But like when I was in my past relationship, we used to do that all the time. And we would lean over and be like, oh, this is so fucking stupid. Like we'd be in the movie theater with our friends, but we'd just be whispering and we'd be like, oh, this is so stupid, watch. And then we'd just be watching, but nobody could hear us though, which was nice. Yeah. We're
I don't
all like,
mind-
disrespectful about it.
I don't mind if it's a shitty movie. Like if you go through the movie and you're like, all right, this is kind of shitty, and you can like visually tell that both of you are just like, all right, this is shit. Then
Yeah.
I'm okay with comments and shit.
Like
so.
I know that when I watch a good movie, I'm very invested in it. Like when the
Same.
Hobbit movies were coming out, I would go to the Hobbit movies and I would hyperfixate on the TV and be like, yeah, everyone shut the hell up. And you know, the one person that starts clapping at a movie theater, you know, it wouldn't be me, but I'd be pissed off at those people because I'm like, can you shut up, please? I'm like, you see, I'm invested right now. And so that's like, it's different when it's like a really good movie too. I agree with that.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the movie. Like if you go to a movie like scary movie, you expect people to kind of talk during a scary movie, like not like the movie Scary Movie, not like a scary movie, like the movie Scary Movie where it's a comedy.
Right.
You kind of expect
I
people
love
to
those
go.
movies. That's
Yeah.
why whenever I use the little hand, I like to go my strong hand.
Yeah.
You know, as well as my strong
That's
hand. What?
that's literally what I thought of with Scary Movie 2. Whenever I see those hands, I'm like, it's much too weak. My strong hand.
Yeah, take my strong hand. I love where him and the guy in the wheelchair are roasting each other downstairs. And he's like, well, the one guy's like, oh, why don't you clap for me? And he's like, yeah, maybe I'll stand up and give you a standing ovation or something. And they're coming at each other. It's just that's my favorite thing ever. I
think-
love this scary movie.
I think number 2 is the best, 100%. out of all of them. Everyone's like, oh, 3 or 4. I'm like, no, I think number 2 is the best by far. It's so well done.
1 through 4, just like, I don't know what it is. I think all of them are just so. Now I want to watch them tonight. It's probably what I'm gonna do.
What's nice about those? You don't have to watch those. Like, you don't have to pay close attention to it. You can kind of just watch it in the background and while you're doing other things, which makes it nice. So.
Yeah, but they're also like they're older movies too, so I can just watch them and like I kind of like sort of know what's going on, but it has that older like sense of like just crazy humor that I just hear the scream from like Marlon Wayne and I know something cheesy is going on in the movie that just makes me laugh and I'm like, okay, yeah, like this is okay, cool. Yeah, exactly when he does that. Oh, I love it so much. Those are my freaking favorite things ever. To see those scary movies are probably like the best things ever. I don't know why. I don't know why those movies are just such a hit, but yeah, they are. They do really well too. They
run,
do really,
bitch,
really well.
run!
It's just, and also because they key into the humor that like you're thinking during the movie, right? But you can't say it, but you're thinking it, and they're just doing that humor every time. Oh, it's so great.
Ray fucked me. Ray.
Have you seen Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Oh, dude, you know what's weird? I love Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I don't like Seinfeld that much.
Oh my God, we are best friends. I don't like Seinfeld, but I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like
Curb
Seinfeld
is
to me,
way better.
It's a different type of humor though. Even though it's the same, it's different. Mm-hmm. Seinfeld is like a little bit more of like a dry humor, and Curb is like an aggressive humor. Yeah. Where like Curb is the aggression that I think on the day to day that I don't say.
Yep.
But like I'm thinking it in my head. Like like Larry David's he's a jerk, but he's saying how I feel. But because he's saying it, he's a jerk. So
I had to stop watching that show after season 8. I stopped there because I was like, I found myself going into real life, actually going, wait a minute, he is fucking right. And I would like get into situations and I would almost want to like actually say shit to people that he would say. I'm like, that's not a good idea because he always gets in trouble.
Yeah, dude, you can't. That's like there's one where he does this thing that's called like a drive-in through the. He drives in through the golf course. Have you seen that episode?
Yeah.
And the guy who's at the station starts talking to him because he recognizes Larry David. So now every time he goes through the golf course line, he has to talk to this guy, and he eventually gets to a point where he goes home and he's like, I don't want to talk to this guy every time I drive through the golf course. He's like, sometimes I just want to drive by and just go in. Like I don't want to have a conversation about your life. And I go, that's such a messed up thing to say. You know what I mean? Because that guy's so nice. But at the same time, yeah, I feel that way. When I go to work some days, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to hear about your life. Like, I want to just sit in let myself go in the door and not say hi to anybody.
Yeah.
But if I act like he does, yeah, I'm a jerk. So I can't do that.
It's bullshit, man.
It's like he kind of shows you the consequences of what it's like to be that way. And then you're like, yeah, everyone is thinking it, but yeah, we probably just shouldn't for the betterment of the society. We probably just shouldn't for the betterment of society. Let's just not be a jerk. It's so bad.
We shouldn't be Larry David. Have you ever seen there's a documentary where Larry David's show, Curb Your Enthusiasm, saves a guy from going to jail for murder.
What?
Dead serious, look it up. There's a story on it, and then there's also a documentary on Netflix about it where they're filming in Dodger Stadium at one point, and they basically capture like right place, right time. They capture this guy at Dodger Stadium, and they find him there at the same time. Like he doesn't have an alibi. He's like, no, I was at Dodger Stadium, but no one else is saying it because he has like a daughter, and it's just him and his daughter at the stadium, and they're watching a baseball game. And then Curb was filmed at the same time, and they got a shot of him going down the aisle, so it proves his alibi of where he's at, which is insane.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's really good. I know, Zowie. Thank you for the raid. Thank you.
Zowie, hi.
Hello. Welcome, Zoe Raid. What's up? I'm interviewing Cinnabrit right now. This is Cinnabrit, ! Guest. Please follow her. She's had the interesting stories. I have tattoos on my face. Thank you again, Zoe, for the raid.
Hello Kitty tattoos. Don't sell yourself short there, bud.
This is true. I have many of them. ! Tat. He can do any time, any place. I have Pokemon tats too for some reason. I don't know why I got that.
Yeah, see? Hello Kitty tattoos. You really got to go it on.
I'm going to have these for fucking ever. I swear to God. No one's going to do these anymore.
Well, you got a few of them. I mean, it's better than gifted subs when you can get just straight dono and then just stick stickers on your face or tattoos on your face.
That's true.
Worth the price.
I do have some meme stickers that I can put on my face at one point, I think.
Some Pepe frogs?
I do have Pepe's, yes. I have
Ooh, I
Doges
have
and
a frog
Pepe's.
hat.
And I have Kermit.
I have a frog hat. You should just get a frog hat. They're my favorite.
I saw you wearing that
think this was
earlier.
Yeah, it's cool looking, isn't it? Except when I put it on my headphones, it looks weird.
It looks so bulky a little bit. There's Kermit.
Well, because my headphones are on underneath it.
That's true, but it still looks good. It's more Kermit.
Kermit's the best one.
This is
Kermit,
Pepe.
there's a Kermit thing that I like to use where he's like a little clip of him like screaming and he's like flailing his arms all over the place, and that's what I frequently like to send to people when they piss me off. Yeah, is Kermit screaming, because then I think it's funny.
Salvador Dali.
Oh, I love these. These are great.
Ooh, more Kermit. I have a lot of them. Someone sent them to me.
Is that a Sailor Moon Kermit?
I think so, yeah.
Is that a Sailor Moon Kermit? Oh, that was dope, dude. What the heck? That was so dope.
There's a shit ton of them. There's the Doge.
What on earth? Oh, the Doge one's solid. I'm gonna need you to promote that more often, please.
Someone just sent me meme stickers, and I was like, okay, cool. Well, there's Kermit shooting a gun, which is funny.
Yo! Let me actually look that meme up right now. I've seen that, and I forgot that was one I wanted to save.
There's more. There's Kermit where he's like...
Meme. I've seen that one before, yeah. I just saved the Kermit gun one on my phone so I can post it later.
Mad Doge? Doge hates you?
There's a Mad Doge? Don't even show me. Don't even show me.
Already showed you. And then there's just ones I have available right now. And then there's Crying Lisa right now.
Crying Lisa one? I've been saying eat my shorts for some reason as an insult.
Oh, it's a great insult. It's a classic insult, honestly.
I've been saying it, and it's like people can't say anything back because they're taken aback by it, and they go, "What?"
Because it's such an old school thing. Like only people in their 40s and 30s would understand that. So
exactly. So then I hit them with the "eat my shorts," and then they just stop talking to me. Whether or not they feel like they lost the battle is irrelevant to me, because mentally in my head I win. So it's like, yeah, that's eat my shorts, and then they shut up.
That's honestly all that really matters is if you win in your head. So
yeah, The Simpsons are still going. It's crazy.
Johnson asked, "What is your favorite adolescence movie?" So, what's your favorite movie from when you were a kid? I guess that's a good question.
Here we are with favorites. Listen, I'm not particularly religious, but I have an array of movies that are from the religious background, aka Prince of Egypt and Joseph, the King of Dreams. Solid movies. Wow. I also do love a solid Fern Gully. There's also SpongeBob the movie. An amazing movie. We can also go to the anime movies. I won't dive too much into that, but you guys already know what I'm going to say with that. Spirited Away, all the solid ones,
I love Spirited Away.
Yep, we already know we're going in that direction. And then we have the general other fun movies that are like the kids movies that came out that I obviously love. Fantastic Mr. Fox, solid movie. Coraline, let's not forget Corpse Bride. And that answers your question, I hope.
You have some good choices on shit. Holy fuck. Like you're not.
Oh, and not to forget, obviously, the Disney classics, because my chat knows I am a Disneyer of any. I've never been to Disney World nor Disneyland, but
really?
Will I sing a Lion King song in my bedroom at 4 p.m. on a Friday afternoon by myself, drinking wine? Absolutely. And I do it regularly. I did it this week, as a matter of fact. So.
Just around the riverbed.
No, literally yesterday before my stream, I was singing I just can't wait to be king, like at my desk while I was getting ready for my stream.
I'm actually surprised that you've never been to Disney World or Disneyland.
Broke, son. We ain't going there. So I'm just like, yeah, I grew up poor. My family said, you thought, oh, you want to go to Disney World? You thought. And then I was like, true. And then I became an adult and I go, nah.
I know a guy who goes to Disneyland frequently. He's pretty cool.
I definitely would go, but like I would go. My last relationship, I wanted to go. My ex didn't like it, so he was like, "No, we're not going." So I would only ever go in like a relationship where the guy's like, "Yeah, I want to go." You know what I mean? And then, or it's like a friend group, and then we go together and can get drunk and meet Mickey Mouse.
I think a friend group would be more fun in that situation because I've definitely been to a park with when I was dating somebody, and it's just not as much fun for some reason. I don't know why. Even if you like the person, it's just not. It's more fun if you go with a friend group. I feel like.
I feel like most things, like I feel like that though with most things, like I don't necessarily need the one-on-one time on a trip because like I feel like going with friends is just so great because it's not diminishing my couple relationship by any means, but there's just more people and to make more memories.
And also the relating relating Disney something in Disney, like, oh, I went on that ride with my ex or whatever. Then like every time you go back to that or you listen to a song, you remember that type of shit, and you're like, damn it, I can't go on Pirates of the Caribbean anymore because fucking Jackson broke up with me at Pirates of the Caribbean. That piece of shit.
Yeah, I feel that too. And then you're stuck with it forever, and you're like, please. Yeah, there's this one song that got ruined for me now, and I used to love that song, and I can't listen to it now, and it annoys me. It pisses me off. Because I'm like, why'd you ruin that song for me? That's so disrespectful. Should I sue? I think that's grounds I can sue on, right?
I don't think you can sue for that, but you can try your best if you want.
I'm going to try. Yeah, I'm going to try. Yeah, that's right. F Jackson. I agree.
Been with a significant other that didn't enjoy the rides as much as it's. Yeah, see, like, I feel like if your friends are going to go to Disneyland or, like, you know, Magic Mountain or any theme park, they're probably going to want to go. Like, they're probably going to want to go to ride the rides, so.
I'm not a roller coaster person. This is true. So I'm scared of roller coasters.
God damn
I look like I got punched in the face. Like, my dad made me get on a roller coaster when I was like 13. And he's like, you're old enough now. You're old enough now. You can do it. And I was like, I don't like them, but okay. And he actually, when I got off, he said it looked like somebody beat me up. That's how like shook I look. And yeah, it was just not fun. So we just avoided it altogether.
Why do all the cool people hate or people that I get along with really well hate roller coasters? Or they're just not
take it back.
fans
You just
of
called me cool?
Kappa.
Somebody clip it. Somebody clip it, please. I would really appreciate it. I
already deleted the VOD.
I would just like it to be clipped, please. If you can clip it and ship it to me, I would greatly appreciate it. Make me very happy. Go ahead, continue with your statement though, Zach. What were you saying? What were you saying? Yeah, what were you saying? Just look at me. Make eye contact with me. Why aren't you making eye contact?
What?
You're looking everywhere else but me. I just want you to say to my face that I'm cool.
You are cool sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, now call me Big Daddy Cinna.
Okay, fuck off. Big Daddy Cinnamon Buns or something. I'll do it for 2,000 bits. There you go. Never do what you're good at for free.
Oh, that's funny. That was a wet strip level commentary. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
He would have talked about box 5 hours ahead of time before doing that. 20 bucks, guys.
He does regularly. He really does regularly.
It blows my mind.
Shrimp, don't put question marks. You know. Go ahead. Sorry.
He does. No, it's fine. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you're interested in talking about? That's a yes. What else do you want to talk about?
No, I'm sorry. I was laughing because I've been making your mama jokes all month. And I could have inserted.
You wanted to say my mama, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. But then I like laughed to myself and I knew I shouldn't have. And I was like, yeah. But then I told it anyway, so it's fine. But no, other than that, I have nothing else I want to talk about.
Actually, my last question that I have. If you could interview a famous person, who would you choose and why?
Anybody, not just a streamer.
Anyone,
any human being,
dead, live. You can interview an animal if you like. I don't give a fuck. Like if you could anything in the world. Like you had the power. Let's say you had the power to interview a cow, and it would talk back to you. You could.
Can I interview the inspiration for Jesus? I say inspiration because if he is a figment or not, I don't know. But I would be curious to know because aside from that, the basis of religion dictates a lot of general decisions that happened, you know, day to day. Like, you know, it affects the way society is today and everything like that. And also our laws, weirdly enough. And so I feel like actually figuring out the origin story of whether, you know, because they also say that, that like it's the same thing as like if I went like lunatic on the streets, right? And I started calling myself the new Messiah and all this stuff, everyone would be like, what the fuck? But that's the equivalent of like what happened, you know what I mean? Almost to an extent. So there's all these different variations of it through different religions. And so I would love to just meet somebody who's an origin of a religious story like that. That's like a main Messiah, and then actually interview them to see the stability in their mind. I think that'd be really cool, right?
That's a great fucking answer. Most people just really? That's a really good answer because that is an interesting origin on how someone got their origin story to inspire that person to do that. That's super fucking cool. I would just
be curious to know because, and I say the idea of it because we obviously don't know whether or not these people existed and what their stories are. But in a lot of like modern day history, you hear about different like figures that claim that they're messiahs, and learning about one of those figures and to see like what their mental state is based off of the stuff we know about the human mind now would be super cool. Because then I could really look at that person and go, okay, like what is like is this person mentally stable? Were they schizophrenic? What is going on? Like, and then how was that affecting based off of people who they didn't understand schizophrenia or anything back then, but there's no way that schizophrenia just didn't exist. Yeah. Like those mental health issues just didn't exist. So where do these stories come from, and why do they relate so difficult, like so clearly to these mental illnesses and stuff? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it'd be cool. That's answer.
A hell of a fucking answer. That's really good. That's actually quite interesting. Yeah. Most people are like, oh man, I want to hang out with fucking LeBron James. I'm like, that's cool. Like, I understand like why you'd have a connection to LeBron James. Like, obviously there's something special about it. Like, I give a basic answer. I'm like, Daft Punk, right? Because of their music. That's the answer I give. But no one really says that type of shit. No one really goes in and says the person who, you know, started this whole, because you're not wrong about that at all. Like, religion is the center of a lot of things, or things that lead into religion, like stories from religion lead into movies and just like music and shit like that. So
yeah, I don't know why. Like, I feel like just because personally for me, I'm not very involved in pop culture, which is weird because I'm so involved in the internet. But I don't care that much about pop culture. I don't watch reality TV shows. But I'm more so curious about, like, I mean, I know a lot of people care about the future and what its future holds, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just curious because we know so little about our past. Like, there's so many things that you base your life off of. Like, I tell this to my grandmother all the time. I said, well, this is really messed up. We got into an argument about something, and we were talking about religion, and she was trying to just tell me some things that I think are just incredibly inappropriate. And that, like, she's using religion to justify her being, like, inappropriate. Yeah. And then when I called around on it, we ended up getting a subject where I had basically asked her, like, yeah, have you even read the Bible in its entirety? And she's like, no. And I was like, that's weird, right? And she was like, why is that weird? And I was like, you base your entire life and every decision that you make in your day-to-day and the way that you interact with other people off of a book that you've never read yourself. And she was like, yeah, but like I go to church and they read it for me. And I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, that's weird. You don't want to read the book that you base your life off of in its entirety? Weird, champ. Don't know. And so stuff like that is just, I don't know. It's really freaking cool. It's cool to think about, because then I'm like, yeah, it'd be cool to hang out with LeBron, but yeah, I'd rather know the origin of a religion that affects like my everyday life 100%. And I'm not particularly religious, but I just want to know.
Fucking bars. Damn, you destroyed her grandma.
Yeah, GG's grandma. My grandma did not like that conversation.
Bro.
Matter of fact, she walked away from it and she was not happy. So
because you're right. Because you're 100% right about that.
Yeah.
Why would you
didn't like that much?
Yes, because that fucks up her entire world she's created in her head, because now she has to think about that. So
I mean, but most of the time though, like people live with blinders on, so I'm not faulting her for it. But you literally live with blinders on because you don't think about other perspectives. And I've had people who have said things to me before, like, why do you do this? And then I go, you're right. And I'm like, yeah, like in my head, it made perfect sense up until somebody from the outside pointed it out to me, and I'm like, yeah, why am I doing this? Like, this is so weird to get those blinders off. And then I go, what am I doing? That's such a weird way to live your life. I don't know.
Oh my God, you have logical thought. You're cool. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
You're actually cool. You have logical thought. That's badass, dude. Logical thought.
You know how I be. Sorry, that was. And then you do stuff like that. And
you were here, and then you just did that, and it just went right back here. This is fucking.
It went down just a little bit. Way to call out your grandma. Show those boomers. Oh, I thought it said show us those boomers.
Oh no, we're back to titties. Oh no.
We've come full circle. Oh my God! Somebody type boobies in their calculator and hold it upside down so you can just laugh at it for a little bit.
8008. 1 3
3 is
five.
it 5?
Yeah, 5. Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, it's 5. I know the code for titties. But yeah, I guess that's all the questions I have. That was I asked like 3 total, but we kind of just had an off the cuff conversation, which is dope. So
I think it was great, honestly. I had a really fun time. Yeah, if you ever want to hang out again, you can always ask me.
Yeah, same. Like if you just want to hang out on streams and shit like that, or like Discord and stuff like that, I'm totally down with that too. So I usually just hang out on my Discord or Wet Shrimp. So
I'm sorry, I just saw somebody say $5 for boobs in chat, and I giggled to myself like a child.
That's smoked out. He's a piece of shit.
Typing boobies and now they're all typing boobies.
Chat loves boobies. Chat loves boobies, man. Come on. They literally created a category for boobies. Chat definitely loves boobies.
They love boobies.
Hypers, boobies.
Had such a serious conversation, and they said boobies, and now they're spelling boobies like a calculator.
I mean, boobs are cool, man. You could have all the answers. You could unlock all the mysteries of the world, but with like you don't unlock titties. What does it matter?
Twitch chat really is amazing, and I have to give it to them. They really are great. So they really are.
They're definitely they're an interesting group of people. They make you insane, but they're also fun at the same time. So.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
But thank you so much for coming, Cinnabrit. I appreciate your time. It was very nice speaking to you.
I had a really fun time. Thank you for having me. Guys, please love on Zach because he did amazing as an interviewer, and we love Zach here. So, anyways, so yeah, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. Bye, Cinnabrit. Peace. That was Cinnabrit. Follow Cinnabrit, please. She's actually